Very good morning, guys. Now see, before I start the session, I want to make it clear that this session does not involve anything to tell that after telling the roadmap, join my program. There is nothing like that. I am going to give it very clean, very straight and authentic. Okay, it is not going to be conventional. I am not here to please you people. I am only trying to tell you the reality of the exam. Okay, the reality does not mean that it is scary. The reality means that there is a trade-off. You have to understand that there is always a trade-off. You cannot get everything in the next 4 months. What exactly has to be done in the 4 months? How to prioritize your preparation in such a way that if you are writing next year, if you clear the prelims next year, you should tell me that, sir, even though I am not sure that I'll get top 100, but I will clear for sure. When you clear the next year prelims, you should be in a state of confidence that, sir, my mains preparation is so strong that even if you give an exam now itself, I can get a rank. It may not be top 100. If you want to get to that position of confidence in the next year prelims, by the time you clear prelims, understand the strategy properly. What I'm going to tell. Okay. So that is something that is very important. Very good morning to online guys. So let us start off. Okay. All right. So see, there will always be now, there are 3 groups of people that I can see. With all the students who are coming and meeting me, there are 3 groups of students from this prelims 2025 that I can see. One are prelims students. If I take prelims 2026, if I take prelims 2026, 3 groups of students are emerging. One, GS, they had cleared the cutoff score. I mean, obviously it is just a speculative cutoff, but GS, they would have got more than 70. So GS, they would have cleared, but CSAT, they would have lost. Okay, they would have lost in CSAT. So this is the first group that we are seeing. Okay, the second group is, they have in GS, they are somewhere between 60 to 70, and the CSAT, they have not cleared. CSAT, they have not cleared. This is the second group. The third group of people are GS, they are scoring less than 50 or less than 55, and CSAT also, they have not cleared. Obviously, the other group is who have cleared both GS and CSAT. They are writing mains. This session is not for them. They know exactly what to do. They already are oriented to what needs to be done. Obviously, they have 60 days remaining. They have to push themselves to write. They would have taken up this series. So it is pretty straightforward for what they need to do. So there is no, there is no confusion for them what to do. That is why the session is mainly for those students who either fall in either of the categories. Now, first let me tell you that even if you fall in either of the categories, there is even if you fall in either of the categories, don't think that you will not clear prelims. I'm sorry, next year don't think that you will not clear the exam. I have seen people who have fallen in all the 3 categories in the last year prelims also who have gone on to clear the exam. Okay, so that this is not determinative of the success in this exam at all. What is deterministic of the success in this exam is what you are going to do from today. That is what is very, very important. Now see, if you observe this carefully, in all the 3 groups that you are seeing, what is one thing that is very common? In all the 3 groups that you are seeing, I'll explain everything, Guru. Don't just listen to this. Yes, look at this. The one thing that I can see in common is CSAT is not cleared. And why do you think CSAT is not cleared? Or why do you think the students are not clearing CSAT? Lack of practice, change in pattern, exam pressure. Fair enough. Everything is fair. Everyone, whatever points you are telling is equally valid. But change in pattern, exam pressure, these are something that is not new. Okay, this has always been happening. But even then, why do you think the students are not clearing CSAT? This is not the first time. The problem has been happening, but this time it exaggerated. Okay, why do you think this has happened? The main reason, across the country this is happening, and the main reason for this is everyone are dependent on. Everyone I ask, they are telling me that, sir, I'm good in RC, I'm good in logical reasoning, but I'm not good. Everyone in this country will be good in RC and logical reasoning. Don't think that you are special or you are doing something great. If you feel that by being good in this, I can get that cut off, UPSC is trying not to do so. So this time, why that issue got exacerbated or exaggerated is because UPSC knew that everyone is dependent on RC. A little slight change in the difficulty of RC got this particular result. Now, as a student, it is your duty to not neglect any part. I'm not telling that as a student you have to master everything, you have to be the best in everything. As a student, it is your dharma to make sure that you are good in every part. Correct? Even now, when they come and tell me that they don't want to study quantum, if you have such type of resistance, how can you expect yourself to go on to clear next time? Are you understanding this? So, the first and foremost thing that I want to make it very, very clear to all my students watching, next year if you want to clear prelims, CSAT will still play a game, a very, very critical game. I have been telling it in 2025 also. There are my students here who asked them how many times I reiterated CSAT, CSAT and CSAT. Even now I will tell you, next year also it is going to be the same. Don't think that UPSC, everyone protested so it got scared. There's nothing like that. It is not about getting scared. They are not trying to put something on you. It is a duty for you to learn everything in a balanced way. You cannot ask UPSC to set the question paper according to your strengths and weaknesses. You have to build your excellence to the standards that UPSC is setting. Are you understanding this? So, and I will tell you, see, I have not met even a single student who is good in quant come and tell me that I have not cleared CSAT. Not even a single student who has come and told me, who is good in quant, who has come and told me that I have not cleared CSAT. This is true. And that person who is good in quant, don't think that that person is from mathematics background, is too good, is that. There is nothing like that. They have worked. They have worked on quant. Are you understanding this? So, the first goal, I'll write it here, the goals that we are going to keep setting, the first goal that I want you to do for the next 4 months, the first goal that I want you to do next 4 months is, I will not say practice CSAT. This is an overestimated statement. It is very, very generic. It doesn't hold good. For the next 4 months, I want you to only practice quant. Because 2-3 months before prelims, everyone can start doing RC. 2-3 months before prelims, everyone can start doing logical reasoning. It is pretty easy. You can pick it up very quickly and you can practice and get that rhythm. Quantitative aptitude is not like that. You have to develop the knack. Just by understanding the rules or just by understanding the formula, you will not be able to get the answer. So, majority of the students, why they fall in quant is, they keep joining classes one after the other. Today I joined this class, sir. Next day, sir, it did not feel good. I joined this class, sir. I didn't. You kept on joining classes. Now, whenever you sit and see the classes, it will all seem very easy. Oh, that is all it is. Why it will seem easy? Because the lecturer is telling you the formula. The lecturer is using their brain to show you the way to get to the destination. So, at that moment, sitting as a passive recipient and looking at it, it will all seem easy. And when that particular lecturer gives you the same problem, a little bit twisted from here and there, you are able to solve it because it will go on the same logic what the lecturer has taught you on that particular day. So overall, the ecosystem will be made in such a way that at that moment, temporarily, you will start feeling that you are good in quant just because you saw the classes. I am not blaming any lecturer. That level of looking at the classes and learning the quantitative aptitude is your level 1. That level 1 will not help you solve problems. Once you have seen the lecturer, once you have seen all the lectures of the lecturer, once you have completed all the topics, that means you have not learned quantitative aptitude, that means you have become aware of all the topics. So that is what is called level 1. Level 1 is not learning, level 1 is awareness. So basically you are learning that, okay, in number system there are so many different rules. In quantitative aptitude, in probability, this is how I have to solve. In permutation and combination, these are the different methods. In time and work, these are the different types. In time and speed, these are the different types of problems that they can ask, different combination of problems that they can ask. Are you understanding this? This awareness is built because of classes. Your learning or mastering the quantitative aptitude is not done. Okay, so please don't draw a line that just because I have completed some classes, I am now good or I am finished with quantitative aptitude. It doesn't work like this. Okay, so the next 4 months, first level, obviously if you have seen the classes already, then don't again sit and see the classes. Just go through the notes that is already been done. For those students who have not seen the classes, you can see some classes, no issues. Okay, that is level 1. Level 1, once the awareness is built, the next is the learning. What is this learning? Level 2 is learning. Okay, now what is this level 2 learning? I'm telling you, see, go to the bookstall, Get all the CSAT question paper that is there. It can be this year, last year, previous year, any year. Get all the question papers and dump it. Okay. Now, every day, mark only the quantitative aptitude questions and solve it. When you are trying to solve it, you will not be able to solve it. Okay. This you should do after this stage. Okay. If you have attended the classes, if your classes are done, just revise the worked examples. Okay, if your classes are done, just revise the worked examples. If your classes are not done, if you don't have any base notes, what I want you to do is go through every topic. Go through every topic and solve around 35 worked examples. Okay, so this is awareness level. Either you attend the classes, you attend some classes and get the notes done. If you have already attended the notes, then that notes is enough. Or let us say that no sir, I have not yet done, I have to start off. Then make sure that you take every topic. Now here it's very, very important. At this level what happens, everyone wants to master one topic very, very clearly. So what they do, they'll take time and work. And for that only they'll spend 2 months. Don't do this. Okay. You cannot take one topic and try to master it. It doesn't work that way. The one thing what you should keep in your mind is the coverage. That is why I'm telling you 35 to 40 worked examples in every topic is enough. What that will do is, it will help you focus on number system also, probability also, permutation combination also, time and work, time and speed also. Are you understanding this? Many people like ratio and proportion. They don't like permutation and combination. Many people like probability, but they don't like number system. Don't do this. I'm not telling that you have to be master in everything. I'm telling you just have to be good in everything. That's all. The basic things has to happen. So your level 1 is about building awareness. So I hope you understood what. Once you have built that awareness, go to the bookstall, get around 100 CSAT papers, keep it, dump it in your room every day. Mark all the quantitative aptitude questions and keep solving. Now, this is where the learning is done. Why I am telling this is where the learning is done is, let us assume that you have seen time and work. You have understood time and work. Now you are good in time and work when you are seeing the classes. But when you come back to solving the question paper, you will realize that you are not able to solve. You will think that, I just saw the classes of time and work. I thought that I am good in time and work, but now I am not able to solve. This friction is what will lead to learning. So when you are not able to solve the same topic, that is when you have to go to the synopsis, see why you are not able to deduce the problem, understand the method, come back, solve it. Let's say next problem will go to time and distance. Even there you are able to not solve, even though you have seen the classes. Go to the synopsis, work out the problem, come back, solve it. Now this exercise of you not able to solve, going to the synopsis and learning the process, coming back and solving it is actually true learning. When you keep doing that on a regular basis, first month you will face a lot of friction. Second month you will face less friction. Third month you will face even less friction. Fourth month you will be solving 80% of the problems. And that, my friends, is what they call as you got the knack of solving quants. They say you got the knack of solving quants because quant requires you to get that knack, and getting that knack requires time. It is not that, last 2 months I'll just lock my room and work. It doesn't work that way. You have to get that knack. Okay. So you have to keep practicing, and when you're practicing, you have to make mistakes, and from that mistake, you should have that ability to learn. You should have the curiosity to learn. If you pass judgment when you're not able to solve, many people, the moment they're not able to solve, they'll start feeling, I saw the classes, I made notes, but still I'm not able to solve. It doesn't work that way. No one is entitled to think that way. Just because you've seen the classes does not give you the right to solve all the problems. Thinking that way itself is a wrong mindset. Okay. What you should worry about is, I've learned about the basics. Why am I not able to apply those knowledge and to get the answer? If you apply with that curiosity mindset, if you approach it with that curiosity mindset that even though I've learned this topic, why am I not able to deduce the answer? Then you will learn. If you pass a judgment there and sit 2 days, you will start feeling depressed and you will throw that book aside. Anyway, CSAT is there in May. Let me study in the last 3 months. The moment you take that decision, you have already failed. Please don't do that. Are you understanding this? The next 4 months, your first goal, every day for 1 hour, and people who are very weak maybe for 2 hours, every day, keep solving quant, not CSAT. Please don't go back and tell that, sir, I'm solving CSAT. I know what CSAT you will do. Okay, you will keep solving RC, you will keep blood relations, each and everyone can do. Seating arrangement, each and everyone can do. Syllogism, each and everyone can do. If I teach you the rules, any kid can do. Okay, so you don't expect to get to that level and think that you will pass the most competitive exam in this country. Are you understanding this? The excellence has been set to a level, you have to reach that level. You cannot sit and complain about it. The level has been set now, so prepare accordingly to that. Are you understanding this? So this is your first level. That is why, see, the commonality of everyone who have not cleared is this. This time it was very, very bad. I felt very bad because a lot of people who I was expecting to be in the top 100 this time have not cleared CSAT. This should not happen. Next time, don't think that the the difficulty will reduce. It will be very easy. It is not going to be. From the last 4 years, we are expecting that only. This is a nonsense attitude. Okay. This time it was difficult. Next time it will be easy. This time it was difficult. Next time it will be easy. It is not going to be. They have set the standards. You reach the standards. Why are you waiting for that year where the standard reduces and then you will clear? That is a wrong way to think. Are you understanding this? So this is goal number 1. CSAT, not negotiable. Even let us assume that you have scored 72 this time. Even let us say you fall in this category. You fall in this category. CSAT not cleared, or let us say there is one more category called CSAT cleared. And this person who has cleared CSAT has scored 75, less than 75 or 67 to 75. Even this person has to do it. Don't think that just because you have scored 75 doesn't mean that you are really good. And also that doesn't mean that you have to get to a point where you have to score 120. 85 to 90 you are getting, that means you are safe. That means you can handle yourself. But if you are getting somewhere near, if 3 question goes, you are also not going to clear. Only 3 question goes here, you are also not going to clear. I hope you are understanding this. So those students who are also just clearing the CSAT also should follow this strategy. The strategy is CSAT practice quant. Forget that there is logical reasoning, forget that there is RC for now. But in the month of January you should get it back. You cannot neglect RC and LR. The month of January you get it back. But for now, till November, your main job is every 1 hour. Make sure that you keep practicing quant. And see, practice it for joy. I told you, right, you should spark that curiosity in you to learn. If you always pass judgment that I'm not able to solve, I'm not from maths background, I'm very weak in mathematics. If you go with this prejudicial attitude, you're not bound to learn, or you're not bound to, expand your horizon at all. Because even before going to that learning, you already decided that you don't want to learn. So stop having all those things. For example, let us say for the next 5 days, you will fix on time and speed. That's all. Just to stay in that time and speed. Don't overthink. The next 5 days, you will stick to, let us say, time and work, or you will stick to probability. Just work on probability. So like that, take one topic, give some specific time, and just work for the fun of working. And try to learn with the curiosity mindset. Automatically you will learn. I hope you are understanding this. So we are cleared with the first goal that each and every aspirant who is preparing for the next year should do. Again, I am pleading that if you don't do this, in the month of January, you cannot get that quantitative aptitude knack. That knack will come with time. So please make sure that you start doing it. Okay, this is one. The second thing I want to tell you is, correct. The second thing I want to tell you is the GS. What was the one commonality that everyone faced in GS this time, in prelims? The length of the paper or the bulkiness of the paper, yes or no? This bulkiness is not going to reduce. It will not reduce. Yes, see, they are going to bring back some basic questions. Definitely the question paper will not be abstract. They will definitely bring back the basic questions, but the bulkiness is not going to reduce. Understand this. That bulky paper, see, have you observed that when you're doing institute's paper, you don't face the lack of time in GS. You are always able to clear with the normal time. But whenever you go to UPSC papers, you'll always face the lack of time. In institute papers, you'll be able to do the 3 rounds, 4 rounds also sometimes. But in the UPSC papers, you're not able to do 2-3 rounds. You forget 3, you're not even able to do 2. Okay, and this is not happening only in this time. This has been happening from the last 3 years. If you take from 2023, the paper has been lengthy. This time they have overshot it by a little bit, but that is okay. But this lengthiness will not reduce. So, if this lengthiness is not going to reduce, what is it that you have to do from now on? Join a course that will help you to read bulky questions. Because now, see, one thing what I know that many institutes, including me, will do is, now we will promise you that the question papers we'll also make it bulky so that you get used to it. We'll also make it random. we'll also do that, we'll also do this. This is okay. That is from our perspective, business perspective, we have to change to the trends of the UPSC. That is understandable from my point of view. But your point of view, just going and solving that question paper that is bulky, do you think that you'll be able to develop that skill? You will not. Then what are you going to do to overcome this bulkiness of the UPSC prelims paper? Yes, the second goal. The second goal is till next prelims. Till next prelims, every day read editorials of newspaper. Editorials of newspaper. I hope you are understanding this. Okay. Now, why am I telling editorials of the newspaper? One, if I tell you to read the newspaper, you will not know what to read, what not to read. Because there will be 90% of things that is not needed, 10% that is needed. So, there are very high chances that you may need unnecessary things and you may leave out other things. Or let us say you have spent 2 hours on the newspaper or 1 hour on the newspaper and 50 minutes you have read unnecessary and 10 minutes you are reading necessary. It is one that is not helpful. The second is editorial will help you to assimilate content. Just like a passage, just like any textbook, editorials will help you to assimilate content. Other articles will only try to give you information about the event. That is why reading editorials is a very important thing, not the other news. Okay, now look at this. Reading editorials from today, not for 4 months till next prelims. Now make this an habit. One, you don't have to make notes. You're not reading this in order to get content. Okay, so first thing, remove from your head that you have to read newspaper to make notes. Why should you make notes from the newspaper? Can someone tell me? In order to get the content. You have to make notes from the newspaper in order to get the content. Content to anyway you will get. Yes or no? PD 365, mains 365, there are so many 365s that will be there that eventually will give you the content that has happened. So, don't read with an attitude that I want to make notes. Let that, because many people will have that burden on their head, and when they read the newspaper, they will not enjoy the newspaper because, sir, I am reading the news today, sir. After 1 week, what if I forget? Forget, who cares? You are not reading the newspaper to memorize, you are not reading the newspaper for content, you are reading the newspaper to develop assimilation, comprehension, vocabulary. I hope you are understanding this. There are 3 different things. Comprehending the information means, are you understanding what you are reading? Assimilation means, after understanding, are you able to internalize and apply it to the relevance of today's world? Vocabulary means, are you able to understand all the words that are given in that particular article? These 3, comprehending, assimilation and vocabulary, no institute can teach you. No course can teach you. Nor the last 2 months by solving some institute's paper that is bulkier, you will develop that skill. These are some life skills that should have been taught to us in schools. Unfortunately, it was not, but you have to do it. In these so-called elite schools, they keep teaching all these things. There is debates, there is competitions, there is news, discussions. This does not happen in our academics, unfortunately. So, we have not developed that habit. But the test right now in the papers are that way. So, by reading the newspapers every day, you will develop that ability of comprehension, assimilation and vocabulary. So, one of the most important and the basic quality that you require to clear prelims is, if you take the question paper, you should be able to read the entire 100 questions in one go. Tell me how many people, this time when you are solving prelims, when you read the question, you went back and read it again. You went back and read it again because you are not able to assimilate in one flow. Yes or no? That is because we are not used to it. We are not used to reading everything at one go and making sense of it. We are only used to reading 3 lines, making sense, 3 lines, making sense, 3 lines, making sense. But let us say that I will give you a full article. You are going to read one full article in one flow and then make sense of it. Very, very less. People who have that quality is very, very less. And that is one of the most important and primate activity that you require in this year onwards. Okay, because the bulkiness will not reduce. And if you don't have if you don't have that ability to read fast, to understand faster, you will not complete 100 questions at all. Forget the second round and the third round. Many students have told me this time they couldn't even solve 70 questions. Then how can you expect yourself to clear? What if after 70 the rest 30 is very easy? I hope you are understanding this. Then whom to blame? Who should blame this? Are you understanding this? So the next important thing is reading the newspaper. Now, I will tell you the advantage of reading the newspaper. Reading the newspaper every day will help you in both prelims and mains. See, this comprehending, assimilation and vocabulary, it can help you in prelims. But this newspaper reading will also help you in sentence formation and most importantly, articulating your views in answers. Articulating your views in the answers. Okay. Now, articulating your views in the answers means, I will give an example. See, what is articulating of your views in the answer? Examine the impact of social media on Indian education. If I ask you this question, examine the impact of social media on Indian education. Okay. You can tell 4 points. Okay. You can tell, examine the implication of, let us say, implication of social media on Indian education. Okay. So, in this, there are positives also, there is pros. In this, there is negatives also. What is the pros? The pros is, first, it has democratized education. Yes or no? That is, anyone anywhere can watch quality lectures sitting anywhere at the place. So, it has helped democratize. Second, it has helped innovation. Many people are becoming content creators now. Okay, that innovation and out of the box thinking has been possible because of the social media. What's the third one? Very good. It has improved. That is what is democratization. But anyways, accessibility. What about affordability? It has improved affordability. Now anyone who has an internet package and a phone is able to get quality education. Yes or no? What else? Come again? It's the social media. Okay, not online education, social media. You should talk with respect to social media. Information collection, okay. Innovation and creativity are the same. What else? How has social media helped in Indian education? Feedback mechanism, okay. What else? Don't you think that it has brought best practices of the world? Best practices around the world has been brought to Indian education because of the social media, okay. So these are the positives. Tell me negatives. There is more sensationalism. What else? What are the negatives? Yes, there is more chance of distraction. Why? Because there is so many choices. If you want to watch one topic, there is so many choices that what will you watch? That can be the next. What else? Yes, very good. It is affecting the attention span of the students. What else? It is affecting the socialization attitude of the students, yes or no? See, when you're not, see, school or normal education will not only help in your knowledge, but it will also help socialize. It will help in your communication. It will help in creating that friendship, that fraternity, that bonding. This will not happen here. See, you got these 4 points. This is level 1 of answer writing. Level 1 of answer writing is generating dimensions. Now, if I tell you to write an answer using these keywords, how many people can write it confidently? Now, using these dimensions and writing the answers for this particular question, using the keywords with your English, this is what is the meaning of? This is what is the meaning of? Articulating your views in answers. By using those keywords, how confidently can you put your views in that English? That will come with how good are you in your reading. The person who has been reading for a very long time will write also very good. So reading and writing are not two different independent entities, they are actually interdependent. So the more you read, the better you write. Why is it that the more you read, the better you write? Is because the more you read, you will articulate the ideas better. You know the language better. You know the English better. So you will express yourself better. Are you understanding this? So if I go back to these keywords and tell you people to elaborate this and go in one sentence, you will observe that when you try to elaborate, you will not get words only. You will be stuck there. What is that word? What is that word? This is the problem of lack of articulation. And if you want to break that lack of articulation, if you want to express this very freely, you have to do 2 things. One, you have to read regularly. and you have to write regularly. You have to read regularly and you have to write regularly. And that is the only way to go. No institute can teach you articulation. They can teach you this. Even I will teach you this. It is very easy to teach you this. Generating dimensions, putting some facts, writing introductions and conclusions. This is very easy for you to do. But how will you articulate these ideas? In the answer is your own originality. That will come with how much you have practiced reading, and after that how much you have practiced writing. I hope you understood the importance of reading newspaper. I have taken the time to help you. Why it is important is because many people have this very wrong idea that reading newspaper is for current affairs. You are not reading newspaper for current affairs. You are reading newspaper from prelims perspective to develop your assimilation, comprehension and vocabulary. You are reading the newspapers from mains perspective in order to develop the articulation. And believe me, if you can read the newspaper for the next 8 months, see how fast you will read. I hope you are understanding this. And person who will read very fast, they will not read line by line. The moment they are looking at that line, they know the keywords. What exactly should they see? So, a person who is very good in reading, look at this. If let us say this is the entire paragraph. So when their eyes are just glancing like this, they'll just look at these keywords. They'll just look at these keywords and they'll make sense of this entire paragraph. This is the golden threshold of reading. Any reader who has been reading from a very long time reads like this. You have to get there. It is not difficult. It requires practice and it requires time. If you are consistent enough putting the energy into it, you will automatically get it. Now, both the goals, whatever I have told, should not take more than 2 hours. 1 hour every day for this, 1 hour every day for this. That's all. Now you can tell that, sir, in 1 hour I will not be able to read all the editorials. It is okay. In 1 hour for the next 2 months, if you are able to read 2 editorials, it is fine. But if you continue for 2 months, the 3rd month, in the same 1 hour, you will read 3 editorials. In the same 1 hour, after 4 months, you will be able to read all the editorials. That is how your capacity is built. Don't expect yourself to do anything otherwise. Only that much is enough. Don't keep high expectations. Again, here one more thing that is very, very important is enjoy reading newspaper. Habituate it. You have to build an habit to it. Just like when we get up in the morning, if we don't drink coffee, we always feel something is missing. For example, for me it is coffee, for you it can be other things, but you will always know that when you develop an habit, if you don't do that, you will always feel that something is missing. Newspapers also should come to the same level. When you don't read that day, you should feel the guilt. You should feel that there was something missing today. That should push you to read every day. I hope this is also clear. So the second thing that will consistently be done is reading newspapers. Okay? If you are not good in English, you will become good in English. And to become good in English, that is the only way. Yes, people who are very weak in English, they may require intervention in the form of using the internet to understand the words. Even then, don't give up. Because that is the only way. You cannot join an English course to write good answers. English course can help you to communicate a little better. It will not help you to write answers. I hope you are understanding this. Okay? Alright. Now, this 2 goals are done. Coming back to this. So we are done with CSAT, that is purely and specifically for your prelims perspective. We are done with newspaper, that is both for prelims and mains perspective. The next important pillar that you should always have an idea is, can someone tell me? So let me write it here. First, quant. I will not write CSAT. Second is newspaper. And what is the third? I am shocked and awed with many people whom I discuss. Sir, my foundation is done, my optional is not yet started. Sir, my optional is just started, sir, it is just started now. Sir, my optional is going on, sir, but it will go until February of next year. I am shocked. Why are you neglecting your optional? Remember, if you don't get more than 250 in your optional, you will not get a rank only. Understand this very, very clearly. If you take the final list marks, yes, there will be outliers, but you don't have to base yourself on outliers. But 80 to 90% of the candidates who will get a rank will have score more than And getting 250 in an optional is not just straightforward. It requires some efforts. Are you understanding this? And if you want to get in the top 100, this 250 should go to 280, 290. If this is the case, you know that optional plays a primary role, optional plays a critical role in the success of your exam, in your rank, and you are neglecting it. It doesn't make any sense. Okay, you have to work this. See, I'll tell you the difference between studying for GS and studying for optionals. Okay, in the GS, there comes a time where when you are studying, you may study outside the scope of GS. Unnecessary things you may study. For example, Naxalism. What is Naxalism? What are the factors for the spread of Naxalism? What are the measures taken by the government to restrict Naxalism or to reduce the incidence of Naxalism? And how is the civil administration changing the attitude of the people towards Naxalism? If you understand these angles, Naxalism is over. Beyond that, whatever you keep studying about Naxalism, it is just waste. You are trying to build depth there, which is not utilized in your answers at all. Because you have 250 words, maximum scope that you have to write an answer in Naxalism is 250 words. You do not have the scope to utilize so much of knowledge that you have on Naxalism. So, there comes a point in GS where when you study beyond some threshold, you are overdoing it. The marginal utility on that particular reading will be zero. Because you will not use those points in the answer at all. You are just studying for the sake of perfection, which is not going to come. This happens in GS. In optional, there is nothing like that. In optional, whatever extra that you read will always help you to get more marks. The reason is because optional demands depth. Optionals requires specialization. Okay, when it requires depth and specialization, the more you study, the more it can reflect in your answer and translate into marks. Are you understanding this? So, the beauty about optional is there is nothing called, sir, I studied too much. But the bad thing about optional is if you study just bare minimum, that's not enough. Are you understanding this? Bare minimum is not enough. Bare minimum. You take any institute in Bangalore, I'm not telling my institute or other institute, any institute in Bangalore, just by attending one course, no one will get 250. Just by attending one course, no one will get 250. That is not possible. It has to come after your course, some efforts of yours to bring it to 250. And from 250 to 280, how does it push to 250 to 280? If you love your optionals and if you work on it. Are you understanding this? You have to push one step ahead. Now, what do you mean by pushing? Pushing doesn't mean that today I will take on one chapter 10 foreign authors and read. It doesn't work like that. This is how in optional you have to go with levels. What is level 1 of optionals? Level 1 of optional is you will take the syllabus. On every part of the syllabus, you are going to have some notes. This is level 1. Okay. So, this is what? This level 1 is what your coaching classes will do. This is what most of the coaching classes will do. Okay. Yes, they will integrate some previous year questions also. They will help you to give model answers. That's all fine. But this is level 1. And yes, this is required. Without level 1, you cannot go to level 2. Level 1 is required. Okay. But this level 1 will not get you 250. This level 1 will not even get you 200. From this level 1, you have to, after making the notes, you have to revise them. You have to make short notes. You have to, identify facts, keywords and introductions. Then maybe you will get to 200. Then what is the next possible thing that you should do? The next possible thing is level 2. The level 2 of optional preparation is, you have to take last 10 years of previous year question, segregate it into chapter wise. You segregate it into chapter wise, and once you segregate it into chapter wise, then you start making sure that you research and write the answer. Now, with the basic notes that you have, you will not be able to write all the answers. There will be many questions here that you will not be able to write with your normal basic notes, and that is good. When that happens, don't think that your notes is incomplete. Think that you have got a learning opportunity. Are you understanding this? This is your level 2. And whatever answers that you write here, see and write. Don't take it like an exam, you will study something and no, you see, you research, you look at the internet, you refer, you bring some depth into it. make the answers very specific, because whatever chapter wise questions answers that you are going to write, that is your level 2 notes. Now this 2 preparation can get you the 250. If you have done this properly and thoroughly, every chapter wise question is researched, any new additions are done, examples are done, thinkers models are put, and you have prepared the question, you will get 250. Provided that you practice and write test, but I'll come to that. What is level 3? Level 3 is when identify the recurring themes, and build depth. Identify the recurring themes and build depth. That is, in every chapter, there will always be recurring themes. That is, it will keep repeating, the same thing will keep happening. Here you have to build depth. See, from 250 to 280, it is always the game of margins. It is always the game of margins. It is not that the 30 marks you will get at one go in 1 or 2 questions. It is that in every question you have to snatch just 1 mark. Okay, to get that 1 mark, see, Basavaraj Kempod had come and addressed here. What he told is, this is the trick that he told. He scored 291 in civil service geology. 291 in civil service geology is not an easy job. Okay. What he told is, optionals will have 60-40 bracket. Any optional will have 60-40 bracket. 60% will always be recurring. The same thing that will keep, but they'll ask you in different ways, but it will keep recurring. 40% is something that is new. That new also can be addressed with whatever residual knowledge that you have about the optional, but that 40% is new. But what he told us, where can you actually snatch extra marks to get from 250 to 280 is, this is where you have to work. And this is how you have to snatch that. And you can go to level 3. First, if you complete level 1 and level 2, many people have not even started level 1, and that is what is shocking. When you know that this is the most important cornerstone piece of your success in UPSC, and still if you are neglecting this, that is very, very wrong, ethically or otherwise. Okay. So the third thing and the third option that you have is, by the next 4 months, you should be done with your optionals. I don't know how. Many people have told me when I tell them that sir, I've already joined the class is going till February. I don't know what you will do or what not, but I'm just trying to give you my experience of where you should stand by the end of October. Maximum you can push it till November, but only till November. You should be done with your optionals. This is clear? Okay. So, quantitative aptitude is done, newspaper reading is done, optionals are done. Alright. These 3 you should take it together. Okay. Now comes the divergence. The divergence now comes with respect to when I say GS papers, it is GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4. You should not look at the GS papers as subjects. Whenever I talk to students, whenever I ask them what is your level of preparation in mains GS, they'll tell, sir, I've done polity, I've done economy, I've done I've done geography, I have to still do environment. This is how they tell me. This is not how you should assess your progress in mains at all. Mains has 4 papers. This 4 papers has 14 sections. You have history, you have society, you have geography, you have polity, social justice and governance, international relations. You have 6 sections here: economy, agri, PDS and food processing, disaster management, S&T, environment and internal security. GS4 you have theory, case studies. How many do you have? 3, 6, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14. See, you have 14 sections. You have 14 sections in GS. In optional, you have 2 papers, and in these 2 papers you have 4 sections. Section 1 paper 1, section 2 paper 2, section 1 paper 2, sorry, section 2 paper 1, section 2 paper 2. So here you have 4 sections. Okay. So overall, Together, your mains preparation will be 18 sections. Your mains preparation is not subjects. Your mains preparation is not papers. Your mains preparation is sections. Because many people will tell that urbanization is there in geography of paper 1 also, social justice and governance in paper 2 also, and in environment and economy of paper 3 also. Urbanization is there in all the three. That doesn't mean that you should write the same answer everywhere. If you write the same answer everywhere, you will not get marks. UPSC is not foolish to keep the same topics everywhere and ask the same questions. I hope you are understanding this. So don't think that every section there are common topics. I'll study common topics for everything. It doesn't work that way. Every section has its own way of approaching it. I hope you are understanding this. So the reason why I'm telling you all this is your mains preparation should always be tracked on the basis of these 14 sections. Okay, the next this days I'm going to complete this section. The next this days I'm going to complete this section. The next 1 week I'm going to work on society section. The next 1 week I'm going to work on geography section. Why do you think in UPSC mains paper is the sections clearly visible in the UPSC question paper? Yes or no? Like this question, this section, this much amount of marks will come. This section, this much amount of marks will come. Is it visible or not? Yes or no? Forget the visibility. Don't you think the question number is also the same? For example, if you take Indian economy, tell me the question numbers. 1, 2, 11, 12. Tell me agriculture. 3, 4, 13, 14. Tell me geography. 4, 5, 6, 7, 14, 15, 16, 17. Tell me society. 8, 9, 10, 18, 19, 20. Tell me international relations. 9, 10, 19, 20. This is how you should know mains preparation. Are you understanding this? So, why am I telling you this is, when you, let us say you are doing international relations. When you are doing international relations, you should take the last 10 years of paper and watch in GS2. You should take the GS2 last 10 years of paper and only watch 9, 10, 19, 20. 9, 10, 19, 20. 9, 10, 19, 20. You should look at the questions, how the questions are coming. That will give you an idea of how to approach this section of international relation. If you want to take internal security, you go to internal security, watch 8, 9, 10, 18, 19, 20 of all the papers. Or 19, 20 and 88, I'm sorry, 9, 10 and 19, 20 in GS3 papers. That is all internal security questions. So, when you want to prepare a particular section, first look at the previous year question, and in the previous year question also the questions are very segregated. It is pretty clear how the questions will come. So, when you know that how the questions, for example, let me say internal security only. If you see the last 10 years of question paper, you will understand that either the question will come on border management, the question will come on Naxalism, the question will come on armed insurgency, the question will come on money laundering, cyber security. Like this, there are 7 themes. You will understand that, okay, I have to prepare on these 7 themes. I hope you are understanding this. So, that is how you have to approach your GS preparation. I hope overall you understood how to approach the GS. GS, your attitude should never be subject wise or paper wise. GS, your attitude should be section wise. In that section, how well have I completed that section? I hope you are understanding this. Now, coming back to this, in the GS preparation, okay, in your GS preparation, 2 groups of students, okay. Either you have cleared or you are very, very near. These 2 groups of students, okay, are students who can have 2 different scenarios. One scenario is, scenario 1 is, you have GS notes ready. GS notes ready means GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, all the 4 notes ready. And the second scenario is, you don't have notes ready. You don't have the notes ready. These are the 2 scenarios who can emerge here. Now, let me first address this scenario. People who have cleared but CSAT they have failed and you have all the notes ready. You people would have been writing mains if you had not cleared, if you had cleared the CSAT. I hope you are understanding this. So, let us say from the slight hand of luck, if you would have cleared the CSAT this time, you would be writing mains in the next 60 days. Just because you did not clear CSAT, why are you changing your entire strategy? So, those students here whose GS notes are ready, what will you do? What should you do? This is what you have to do. Do this diligently. Those students who are coming in these two brackets, you got 60 to 70, or let us say you got more than 70 and not cleared CSAT. That means your basics are strong. See, I'll tell you one thing. You got 60 to, how many people got 60 to 70? Don't raise your hands. I'm just telling how many people got 60 to 70. You know that you got 60 to 70. Just think, in all the questions that has gone wrong in the paper, how many silly mistakes have you made? Just to think, how many silly mistakes have you made? If you have not made that silly mistake, in that pressure of time and in that management of emotions, you would have cleared the cutoff. Yes or no? So, only because of that silly mistake, only because of non-execution of the paper properly, you have not cleared the exam, not because of lack of knowledge. That's why I'm not coming to this group. I'm only talking about this group. You have not cleared prelims not because of lack of knowledge, but not because you could not execute properly. If I give you the chance again, and if I tell you that be calm, stay calm and do the question paper, everyone would have got more than 75. So, what I'm trying to tell you people is, don't doubt your competency in prelims. Now, I know that many people are telling that so many things has happened, oh, we have to change the entire preparation. Don't change anything. Please don't change anything. The next time, the next year also the same question paper comes. The cutoff will be same 70 only. And when the cutoff is same 70, what should you people do? You should not make silly mistakes and handle the pressure properly, manage the time and do the best you can and come out. If you can do that, you'll get 75. This is what you should work on for the next year prelims if the pattern stays the same, not the knowledge base. The knowledge stays the same. The only thing that you'll work on is making sure that you read fast, making sure that you don't make silly mistakes, making sure that you manage your time better, making sure that you manage your emotions better. This is what you will work on, and not again reading 5 just because there were so many current affairs questions. Many students have told me that, sir, how to study now current affairs? You cannot keep 5 different sources and study current affairs. Don't work like that. Yes, read one source that you can read when the time comes. Now keep reading newspapers. Don't try to boggle upon some recent trend of something and think that that will help you to clear. Yes, current affairs questions were many, but that current affairs questions is not what will get you cleared. I hope you are understanding this. So don't worry about the prelims right now. These two groups, you are almost close to clearing prelims. You are competent enough. You would have written the mains if you had got some slight hand of luck. Just because that luck did not work in your favor for some different things, or just because you could not handle yourself better in the 2 hours, you have missed out on this. Not because of your lack of competency. So for all those students who are there in these 2 brackets, who have their GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4 notes ready, if you don't approach this, if you feel that now I have more time, notes are anywhere ready, now I will take Arams, I will take one time, I will take 8 months and I will take one normal test series and I will slowly write in such a way that I will become perfect in every paper. If you follow this, you have fallen into the trap of, this is the greatest flaw. If you have fallen there, even if you come to December, you wouldn't have finished anything. You have fallen here. So these 2 groups of students who are almost there clearing but who did not clear, and if you have your notes ready, go this. How to do this? Take one test series of GS, take one test series of optionals, and what test series should you take of these 2? Of people who are writing? Why should you take this test series only? Why not another test series? The reason is because the other test series are going to distract you, because they are going to take it till February, March, January, where you are not going to anywhere write those tests. By the month of November, you will stop reading for mains. I am not telling this. Your mindset will tell it. Your mind will start telling, last time prelims was so difficult. What if I start very late? What if I lose out again? Let me start now only. This is something that will creep in every mind in the month of December. So if you keep the targets of writing tests till January, February and March, you have just given up. Give it up now only. This is all just an excuse to, procrastinate your efforts. If your notes are ready, take up the test series what main students will take. In your mind, your attitude should be that I am writing mains only. Come to the institute, sit here only and write the paper. The only difference that should be there between you and a person who has cleared mains is, that person will go to the UPSC center and write. You will sit here and write the next day. Except that 1 day difference or lag, there should not be any difference in the amount of effort that you will put in all the 18 sections. That is your optional as well as GS. I hope you understood this. You do this. After August, you will still have 2.5 months to improvise on it also. But don't fall into this. See, many people will say, sir, but my section internal security is not done. My social justice and governance is not done. My section of history in paper 1 is not done. Okay, it's not done, correct? What if it is not done and you would have cleared prelims? Would you have told me that, sir, it's not done, so I'll not write you means? Would you have told me, sir, that section is not done, so I'll not write means, sir? No. You have told that, no, sir, I have to write means. Tell me something to do, I will do ready. I'm ready to do anything to write means. You would have told that. Show the desperation now also. If some sections are not done, it doesn't matter or doesn't mean that you have to give up or procrastinate. You do something, find a quick fix, but revise, write the test in such a way that you write this exam. I hope you are understanding this. If you can pursue this and write this exam, guys, that is your agreement with destiny that next year you will clear. This is the word that, this has worked for my toppers. I'm not trying to tell a lot of speculation. This is how my toppers have worked. So, those students who fall in this bracket, whose GS1, GS2, GSC, GS4 notes are done, approach mains in an attitude that August 21st you are writing mains. That is all I want to tell. Don't do anything else. Okay? Yes, obviously you will do that along with CSAT and quant and optionals. Okay, CSAT, quant and optionals is non-negotiable. You are going to do it together, but along with that you are going to approach, you are going to write the test, you are going to follow the same timetable and you are going to make it. Now, one thing what I want to tell is, when you take, mainly students what difficulty they face is, when they take a GS test series and when they take an optional test series, when they take a GS test series and when they take optional test series, let us say this is week 1. One test is, let us say, on Wednesday, the GS test series is on Wednesday and the optional test series is on Friday. Now, this is a problem. What happens is, for 3 days your mindset will be working on GS, though you know that you have to study both. Because this test is very nearby, your mind will more incline towards GS, and after Wednesday, your mind will incline towards optionals. This is a natural thing that will happen. So what I wanted to do, any student, from now on when you study, see for the next 4 months, one more very thing for the next 4 months is, in the next 4 months, every day, 50% of the time should be given to GS, 50% of the time should be given to optionals. This is mandatory. You should not work in an attitude that, sir, for the next 2 months I'll finish off my optional completely. For next 2 months I'll complete off optional, sir. After that next 2 months I will try to see, I will try to read GS. This is a wrong approach. If you tell that 2 months I'll work optional, 2 months I'll work GS, when you're reading GS, your optional is gone. When you're reading optional, GS is gone. And in the 4th month, nothing is there. Everything is gone. Are you understanding this? Don't follow this approach. Every day, 50% of the time you have to give to GS, 50% of the time you have to give to optional. From today, every day this has to be. Now, if this rule has to apply here, how will we do it? Because, sir, when test is on Wednesday for GS, my mind is more going towards giving more emphasis on GS naturally. So, how do I balance this? How do you balance this is, you take this GS on Wednesday, you take this optional on Friday, you bring both to Saturday. So, you are going to write GS test here, optional test here. Anyway, if you take any test series, they are going to evaluate even after the day also. It is not that you have to write on that day only and give. They are going to evaluate if you write on the preceding days, on the succeeding days also. So, you take both and bring it here. Now what happens? From Monday till Friday, 50% you can give to GS, 50% you can give to optionals. And on the same day itself, morning you will write the GS test, optional test will be there in the afternoon. See, this is how you have to maintain the discipline. 1, you are going to balance both. 2, you will develop the habit of writing for 3 hours. You will develop the habit of writing for 6 hours, and which is an important skill also in your mains exam. Is this also clear? Everyone? Okay? Fine. Next. Now, the scenario for this bracket students, who have not completed their notes. They don't have their notes ready. Okay, this scenario, look at this. I am assuming that, okay, for them, okay, not completed their notes means notes not ready. Means notes not ready. Okay, this means notes not ready. Again, you have 18 sections. That means you have GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, optional paper 1, optional paper 2, optional paper, section 1, section 2, section 1, section 2. Okay, so this is something that you have to manage. Okay, now this is how you will split. You have time till September 15th. From now, from today till September 15th. Okay, this is phase 1. This is phase 1. Today till September 15th is phase 1. September 15th till November is phase 2. So here you have 2.5 months. Here you have 2.5 months. You have 2.5 months for phase 1. You have 2.5 months for phase 2. Okay, because November is when you will mostly stop mains. I'm not telling completely stop mains, you will mostly stop mains because your mind will not allow you to only focus on mains, you will try to do both. So purely if you want to focus on mains, that can happen only till November. Okay, now look at this. This phase, this first phase is where you start making notes. You start making notes. Okay, you go every section wise. How to make notes is go every section wise, PYQs of the last 10 years and syllabus. Okay, PYQs and syllabus section wise. You go for the PYQs for the last 10 years and then you go to the syllabus of that particular section. For example, social justice and governance. You go to the syllabus. So the syllabus as role of civil services, vulnerable sections, developmental institutions, government programs and welfare schemes. These are the syllabus that is there. And then first read the syllabus and then go back to the previous year question. When you go back to the previous year question of the last 10 years, you will start mapping what questions will come from the syllabus. I hope you are understanding this. You will start mapping what questions will come from the syllabus. From there you will understand that if I write in most of the sections, not all of the sections, in most of the sections, if I write the previous year question of the last 10 years, my syllabus will get complete. Most of the sections, out of 14 sections guys, I can easily say around 10 sections. If you go to the last 10 years of questions paper, you will see that you will be able to write the entire syllabus. I hope you are understanding this. So, apart from this, whatever other parts of the syllabus that is not covered by the previous year question, you can research and write. Okay, this is a time-taking exercise. It will take time. It has to take time. It will be painful, it will be frustrating, but that first round of when you finish the entire thing, when you come to the second round of revision, then you will know the utility of it. Many people say that, sir, I have that ready-made notes of some institute which I can refer. You refer. I am not telling don't refer, but when you refer, after referring, you make sure that you make your own notes from it. If you sit there and mark like that and come, you will not be able to revise it. See, the difference between mains and prelims is, in prelims, you don't have to make notes. In prelims, if you read Lakshmikant, from Lakshmikant only you can answer. Why? Because you just have to be familiar with the concept. You have to be familiar with the facts. In mains, it is not like that. You have to memorize it. The difference between prelims and mains is familiarization, memorization. Memorization will always work best when you have written with your own hand. I hope you are understanding this. So, if you want to get good marks in mains, there has to be specific answers. That specificity will come if you can recollect properly from your notes and write. And one more thing what you should do, when you are making notes, anything that you have to write in the notes, convert it into, very good, question and not answers, model answers. It has to be a model answer. What is the difference between answer and a model answer? Model answer is, the introduction should be perfect. The dimension should be very specific. Every dimension should have examples. You have to convert it like that. So then what happens, In one answer, there will be so many examples and so many dimensions. Let us say you read 20 different answers. The 20 different answers should give you around 100 keywords of society. Let us say you have written 20 questions on society. Okay, that 20 questions, if you revise again, you should have around 40 keywords of society, 30 examples of society, and at least 15 to 20 introductions of society. See, this is how you will cumulatively benefit when you are writing only in the form of question and model answers. Okay, this is how you have to do it. Okay, you want to take help of some mentor, you want to take help of some teacher, you want to take help of some, do whatever it takes. I am not telling you have to come to my institute, you have to ask me, you have to go to that institute or this institute, do whatever it takes. I am just giving you the broader framework. The framework is very simple. By September 15th, this has to be done. So by September 15th, when I ask you what is your preparation of your mains, you should tell me that, sir, GS1, GS2, GS3, GS4, all the 14 sections, I have some notes made. Don't fall here to the art of again perfection. That is, sir, that one topic, this one small this thing, don't fall there. Keep a rigid timetable. So GS1 society, the next 7 days. Try whatever is possible in that 7 days. Let us say you are able to complete only 70%, enough. Go to the next section. So don't, even there also, if you feel that I am taking too much time in that section, stop that and go to the next one. It is all about coming back and plugging the gaps. It is not about filling the gaps all and then going to the next one. Then there will always be some gaps. You will always keep plugging it. You will never go to the next section at all. So tell yourself that whatever incompleteness is there is okay. Let me just go to the next one, next one, next one. Cumulatively, let me complete a few things, then come back and see how much I can cover the incomplete. Are you understanding this? So your overall idea should be this. Is this clear? After September 15th, the next 2.5 months, you have to take one optional test series. Again, don't take the test series that will go till January, March. Take that test series that started in the month of May only. Ask them that, sir, I am going to submit the paper very quickly. Make sure that you evaluate and give it for me. Are you understanding this? It is all about, see, the problem what is happening is, any institute is giving timetable, you are following that timetable. So basically, you are not preparing according to your demands and your strengths and weaknesses, you are preparing according to their design. This is wrong. I am not telling that they are wrong. This strategy itself is wrong. You take the timetable, change the dates in such a way that it suits your timetable and your strengths and weaknesses and your preparation level, and then accordingly you write the tests. Tell them that you will not be able to submit it on that date, but you will submit it on some successive day, but you want it evaluated. Once you get the clarity, you take up the test series. So you go for optional test series and then you go for GS test series. You have 2.5 months, guys. You have 2.5 months. Try to finish the test series. Okay, so this is the ideal strategy. Is this clear? I know that 90% of the serious candidates, 90% of the serious candidates lie here only. I know that very well. If you are very serious, you would have come somewhere in this bracket, but unfortunately you would have landed in either of this. Okay, that is fine. That's what I am trying to tell. Either of the category you are there, you can clear the next year exam, provided that you follow this approach. You have the window to master mains till November. Make sure that you give everything. Because after November, even whatever you tell your mind will not allow you to study mains exclusively. It will start comparing. What if others are preparing? What if I am not? What if the trend is changing and I am not up for it? That is the problem. Okay. So to recollect, what is the goals? One, quant. The second is newspapers. The third is optionals. The fourth is GS papers. Okay, here I have given you scenario 1 and scenario 2. Scenario 1 is August 21st. Scenario 1 is August 21st and scenario 2 is September 15th. Okay, September 15th and then November. These people who finish on August 21st doesn't mean that they'll stop there. After writing, then they will also come till November. But I want you to take that advantage of the rush. Have you seen that? Tomorrow is the exam. Today you're revising everything. Your mind is more receptive. You're able to do more in that short span of time that you couldn't do in 1 week. Have you observed this? I want you to experience that rush for August 21st. And in that rush, the amount of studies that you do will be far higher compared to a person who's sitting and thinking that I have 6 months, let me calmly read it. It is all about Parkinson's law. Have you heard what is this? The more time you give, the more you will stretch the amount of work that needs to be done. For example, if you can get any work done in 3 days, and if you're given it 5 days, though it can be done in 3 days, you will stretch it to 5 days. This is what is Parkinson's law. So, there comes a point where you should draw a line that, no, I am not going to give more time. And that drawing the line is this August 21st. So, take this date as an advantage. Don't take this date as a deadline. Keep this date as something that will push you every day to work hard. The moment you see it as a deadline, it will become burdensome. But the moment you think that there is something giving me a certainty to prepare that way, that will actually help you as an opportunity. That is what, take that as an incentive to push yourself every day. People should ask, why are you working so hard? You are anyway not writing mains. They should feel that way. But you should not feel inside. In inside, you should think that I am writing mains. Let people say whatever they can. But in your mind, you are writing mains. Assume that if you have landed in these 2 categories, with some slight of luck, you would have cleared prelims. If that was the case, you would have written mains. And what if you had written mains? What would have been your strategy to prepare for that August 21st? Prepare it that way only. I hope you understood this. Okay. So this is with respect to your GS papers. The next comes essay. The next is essay. Understand something. If you look at the toppers scores, the mark list of the toppers scores, commonly if you take any topper, not from first rank to 100 rank, you take any topper, the first 1000 people, which are 2 papers where they will have high score. Optional is 1. Obviously optional you have to have 250 plus. Barring the optional, which are the 2 papers where the scores will always be high? Yes or no? The most scoring will always be 1 essay and 2 ethics. Okay. In both essay and ethics, what is one of the advantage? What is the advantage of both essay and ethics? Creative thinking, flow, subjective. In both essay and ethics, there is less to learn and more to write. That is the commonality of essay and ethics. That is, ethics as a syllabus will get over in 5 days. If you sit and read properly, ethics as a syllabus will get over in 5 days. After that, there is nothing. You integrity, honesty, transparency, accountability, like that. If you read around 30 keywords, you can read till 1000 also, but 30 is more than enough. Like that, if you have attitude, aptitude, corporate governance, like that, if you complete those topics and go, in 5 days, ethics syllabus will actually be over. What will you do after that? After that, the only thing you will do is write. Why you should write is because ethics is like a language. Now, English has only 26 alphabets. That doesn't mean that just because I know from A to Z everything, doesn't mean that I'm good in English. How will I become good in English? When I talk, when I communicate, when I keep using the same language to express myself, that is when I become good in English. The same logic applies in ethics also. Whatever content that you prepare, that content is basically like alphabets. So now you have developed that vocabulary, now use it. And how will you use it is by writing a lot of answers. I hope you are understanding this. So if you want to score well in ethics, keep writing answers. Okay, don't overdo on the content part, but keep writing answers. Okay, but coming to the essay part. Why am I telling all this is coming to the essay part? Okay, now many people will say, sir, how to go about essay? I don't know how to go about essay. I have done in my YouTube channel, I have done something called Essay Masterclass. I have done a video called Essay Masterclass. It's a 30 minutes or 40 minutes video Okay, just watch that essay masterclass. That will help you how to take one essay, break it into chunks, brainstorm the ideas, put it back together. Or if you don't want to watch that video, watch any video that will help you how to decode a topic of essay. Okay, how to brainstorm the ideas, how to write an essay. That one normal video you watch. Okay, after that, this is what I want you to do. This is your target for the next 4 months. I want you to write every time you write an essay, it should be for 3 hours. It should be 2 essays. So this is called one block. 3 hours and 2 essays. It should not be 1 essay, something like that. 3 hours, 2 essays. 1 essay, 1.5 hours. So 2 essays, 3 hours you have to give. Okay. I want you to write at least 30 essays. Next 4 months, 30 essays. That means 15 blocks. 15 blocks of 3 hours and so you have to give 15 blocks. 30 essays. Okay. Now, the next question I know what will come. Sir, essay to I'll anyway write, sir. After writing the essay, there is no one to evaluate, sir. Yes or no? This is the next question. You want someone to give you the feedback. This is where the toppers have already become very smart and you should become smart also. This is where you have to take off artificial ChatGPT or don't, Gemini is not good, you go for ChatGPT only to get that evaluated. Now, when you want to get the essay evaluated, if you take the photo and just put it and tell evaluate this essay, it will not do properly. Or let us say that you took the photo and you put it there and told you are an UPSC evaluator, behave like that and evaluate, it will again not do a proper job. When you give an instruction, so for essay evaluation, for the essay evaluation, use AI, and when you are using AI, be specific in your instructions. Very good, prompts. Be specific in your instructions. I'll give you an example. See, after putting the essay, I will tell the ChatGPT this. 1, analyze the flow of the essay, analyze the language of the essay, rate my introduction and conclusion, rate my dimension building, rate my transition of the ideas, and overall rate the flow and the smoothness of the essay. And taking all these parameters out of 200, 250, what is the mark that you will give? Or 125. For one essay, it's 125. Out of 125, what's the marks you will give? This is how you should tell. When you tell this, it will assess properly and tell you. After that, that is not the end. After that, let us say it has told that the flow is not correct. You should highlight me where the flow is not correct and tell me how to make that flow proper. It will tell you that here you have not used connectives. You could have used furthermore, henceforth. I hope you are understanding this. So, when you find your weaknesses after evaluation, don't get obsessed with just some marks. See how you can improvise. For example, let us say it will say the introduction was not very impactful. Then you should ask ChatGPT, how can I make my introduction impactful? Give me an anecdote on it. Give me a recent issue on it. Give me an example on it. Try to search the internet. You should tell this only. If you don't tell search the internet, it will not search the internet. It will try to give from your pre-trained data. When you tell explicitly search the internet and give me a recent case study on it, it will search the internet and give. The web scraping will only work if you explicitly tell, it will not assume otherwise. It will only give you on the pre-trained data, so be very careful. So, when you try to correct yourself, ask the ChatGPT, search the internet and give me this. Search the internet and give me this. How can I improve the flow? What could have been a better conclusion? What are any missing dimensions? So, whatever you are asking the ChatGPT for that extra content, you have to keep adding to that essay. You are only writing the value additions. So, I want every essay that you do, you can give it for evaluation, you can give it for mentors. I am not against it. Please, you can go ahead and do it. If that resource is available to you, you can go ahead and do it. But what I am trying to tell you is, this 30 essays, individually I want you to put in the ChatGPT, extract the content, write it in your essay after the evaluation. So, 30 essays, guys, you have to pick the essay from previous year question. Don't pick some other topics. Pick the topics only from previous year questions. Okay, 30 essays. If you do like this, introspect with the ChatGPT and try to learn. 31st essay, no one wants to evaluate. You would have learned the heart of writing essays. Are you understanding this? Now, few things I want to tell with respect to essay. When you write your essay is independent of your preparation. When I tell that, many people think that, sir, let me complete my GS, let me develop some content, and then I will start writing essay. This is wrong. Your essay is independent of your preparation. Treat it independently. That is, whatever timetable that you are going to put for essays does not have to overlap your preparation at all. Are you understanding this? So, you can place the timetable in such a way that that 30 essays, that means 15 blocks, has to sit within November. That 15 blocks has to sit within November. I hope you are understanding this. Second, essay means expression. Okay, express yourself. Don't try to copy someone. There is this trend going on that I will take the topper's copy, I will see how that person has done, I will put it exactly like that. Don't do that. Try to express yourself. How to express in a structured way, I have told in that essay masterclass video, you will watch that video, but it is all about expression. So, learn to express, enjoy to express. Let that expression be mediocre, let that expression be garbage also. Don't judge yourself, but love to express. Because once you write an essay, you should feel that that is yours. This is my take on the topic. When you feel that it is yours, that means that you have expressed. If you write something that is available even in ChatGPT, even in the internet, then what's the point of that expression? If it is just a mimicking of something that is already there. When you give that originality in your essay, that is what will stand apart. These two papers will be scoring because you should bring originality. You should bring your experience. You should bring your values. It should be reflecting there. And that will happen if you don't approach the essay with judgments. You approach the essay just to enjoy and express. Initially, you may not even write proper introductions. You may not even bring different dimensions. You may say that, sir, I'm running out of points. I cannot write after 5 pages. All this should happen. And when it happens, when you put it to ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT that I could not generate more dimensions. Could you give me ideas to generate? It will only give you the ideas. Use AI the way you can benefit. I'll tell you 2 ways how people are using AI. One, they feel that I will use AI to outsource my job. I will use AI to make myself convenient. It will not do a proper job. I will use AI to empower myself. I will use AI to enrich myself. They will win the game. AI should not be used just for convenient, outsourcing your skills, your job. The moment you do it, you will not benefit as a student. But if you can use AI to enrich yourself. For example, I'll give you another example. See, let us say that don't do this for newspapers, because newspaper, that ability to read something complex and simplify it, that is the heart that you have to develop in newspapers. But let us say there is one big document. Let us say it's a 100-page document. You can put it to ChatGPT and ask it to summarize it. But there also, when you ask it to summarize, you should be very specific in the way you have to. First, you have to tell, give me all the headings, checkpoints. And inside the heading checkpoints, give me all the important keywords. And now, under the important keywords, summarize individually. When you tell like that, it will not miss out on any points. But what I'm trying to tell is, here, when you take that 100-page of PDF and when you're trying to summarize it, you're not outsourcing. You're trying to empower yourself to read that 100 pages very quickly. I hope you're understanding this. Okay? This is how you can use AI. But you cannot use AI to outsource your skills at all. Did you understand the difference between them? So, use AI. There is nothing wrong to use AI, but use it in a way to empower yourself and not just to outsource things to do. Clear with this? Okay. Alright. For example, how to clear yourself is, many people will keep putting that newspaper and creating articles, simplified articles. They'll keep dumping it in one folder. After 6 months, there will be so much of current affairs that they will not be able to read it. So, they have used AI for convenience, but it will not empower them at all. That whatever they did, the same thing will be coming in the form of magazines outside also. I hope you are understanding this. So, such kind of strategies will usually not work. I hope you understood the difference. But the next goal, alright, the next goal is essay. Okay, as I told you, by handling this, see, this should be daily. This entire thing should happen daily. Okay, this can happen in different intervals. The essay part, you have to design it in such a way that 15 blocks. Every block is 3 hours, 2 essays. Okay, so this is about the essay. Alright. I have addressed this. Overall, guys, I'll give you the golden threshold. Okay, by November. By November, this is the golden threshold. See if you can achieve this. By November, we should have written 1,000 questions and answers in both, all the 18 sections I'm talking about. I have set the bar very high, but that is how it should be. See if you can write 1,000 question and answers in all the sections. Everything counts. You writing the notes answer, you writing the test answer, everything counts. Okay, but by November, the golden threshold will be if you can complete 1,000 question and answers. If you can do that, that means that you are there. Okay, you're been productive in these 4 months. Okay, this is what I would wanted to tell. I hope I have not missed out on anything else. Even the answer writing evaluation, you can put it to ChatGPT also. Okay, the same way how I told you for essay, you can use it even for answer writing. But it is okay if you're showing it to someone. Okay, it's just that you have the technology disposal. Technology at your disposal. Use it for your benefit. Okay, all right, guys. So yeah, I'll answer that query. That is very specific to some state public services. Let me just complete it because I'm addressing students across India. I don't want to bring some state service exam and try to confuse them. Overall, anyone watching this video across should get the help of it. Okay, so this is the overall schematic. So this is it, guys. Will you do this? Was this helpful? Okay. The last part comes this, students. Okay. See, the people who are lining up here, we cannot tell a generic strategy. Okay. The score to be less than 55, it can be that they are weak in basics. It can be that they were less prepared. It can be that they are still doing their foundation course. There can be different reasons why your score is less. So I cannot tell that this is why it is less, so go on doing this. That will be a very, one size fits all approach. Okay. So these students, if you need my help, you can leave me a message in the Telegram at Sudeep8987. This will be my Telegram ID. So you can message me. I will ask you a few questions to understand what is the problem and what was your background and why you got this marks. And from there we can work on a strategy that can help you people out. Okay. But again, no generic strategy. Okay. But for these people also, something what is very important is reading the newspaper every day, quantitative aptitude and optionals. How to go about your GS mains preparation, that may change a little bit, but the quantitative aptitude, the newspapers and your optionals will still remain the same. If you don't finish your optionals by November, you are going to procrastinate your efforts to next year. You will not clear next year also. That will be next year, and whatever effort that you will put will actually count next year. So don't fall here. Whatever optionals you guys are taking, whichever level you are in, whatever classes you are taking, request them, ask them, take recorded classes, do whatever it may be, try to finish it by November. Okay, because from November you have to even revise a little bit. Okay, that revision should happen. So that will also take time. So November is the time when you should tell that, okay, my classes are at least done with respect to optionals. Clear with this? Okay, all right. Guru Bali, I hope you understood. Okay. Yes, guys. Anything else? Ask me the questions, then I'll get the idea. If you ask me any specific questions, I'll help you address it. Correct. So that is what I'm trying to tell you. Though you know the answer, that developing that ability to deduce the answer with the time limit is itself a skill, no? That is why I'm trying to tell. Every day, follow the approach that we have spoken. Every day there has to be 1 hour dedicated to quant, not CSAT. 1 hour that is dedicated to quant. So the first 15 to 20 days, take your time and solve all the topics, at least 30 to 40 worked examples. Once you're done with all the 30 to 40 worked examples, then you can start solving tests every day. And the test should be only quants. Okay, I've told you, level 1 is awareness. Everyone will think that level 1 is learning. And they'll think that just because I've completed level 1, now I'm entitled to solve. You are only entitled to know that this problem is coming from this topic, that's all. Your entitlement to solve the question will come from learning that will happen when you take question papers and break your head on it. Okay, otherwise it will not come. What else? Correct. Correct. Okay. In your mind, just keep, if you land up in these two categories and if your GS notes are ready, And if you don't push yourself for August 21st, you're doing injustice to yourself. Because if you don't push yourself to August 21st, that means that you're pushing your success by one more year. So please, if your notes are ready, and if you're landing in these two categories, push yourself in such a way that you're writing mains on August 21st. This is very, very important. This is the reason why I'm telling you this is the entire system that is built, the coaching system that is built will not support you. Because I will tell you, see, for those people who have not cleared prelims, the test series that will come will be more stretched. Whatever mentorship will become, that will be more stretched. So their idea is, because you have not cleared prelims, let us take it easy. This is wrong. You should not take it easy. You would have cleared prelims. Just because of some hand of luck you have not. So you should not take it easy. You should push yourself like the person who has cleared prelims. Now for that, when you go and search for a test series that is exclusively for you, that gives the same intensity but it is not for not writing mains, you will not get any. You will not get any test series where you are not cleared prelims but all the cycles should get over by August 21st. You will not get any. So if you want to write the test series, you have to write the test series that is for mains students only, with the assumption that you are also writing mains. If you make up that mindset, you can clear by August 21st. Otherwise, the entire ecosystem is built in such a way that it will not allow you to write between 21st. I hope you're getting this. So please don't fall for that ecosystem design. That is unfortunately very disadvantageous for those students who have come close but not cleared. If you want to change that ecosystem, change it in your mindset. Don't tell anyone that you're not writing. Tell them that you're writing. And you make sure that you write the tests in such a way only. Take their own test series and write. Okay? Because why am I so rigidly telling August 21st is, if you stretch yourself to September, then the test series would have gotten over for them. And if you try to search for another test series that will finish by November, you will not find any. You will fall prey to it then. Okay? So keep that attitude and work on this. Okay? What else? Shivani, the course, I'm not talking about the course as such in this session. I don't want to talk about it because I don't want to make it seem like this session was called for advertising my course. Okay, whatever we need about the course, I'll definitely put a message in my Telegram. I'll just answer it. Yes, you were telling something. But how many hours do I have to study for this? For this timetable is study. How many hours would you have put if you had written mains? Study like that only. I hope you are understanding this. How many hours would you have put if you have cleared prelims, and if you had written mains, put the same efforts. Okay. But that doesn't mean it should come at the cost of your health and sleep. Your health and sleep is as important as this exam, because you have to maintain your health to perform. Mains exam is not just 2 hours of some doing. It is 4 days of continuous efforts. Okay. Morning till evening, 6 hours every day. It is not easy. You need to have that physical and mental stamina to write like that. Okay. Yes. Core subject mugdide. Okay. Got it.
notes na complete ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಮೇನ್ಸ್ ಗೆ ನೀವೇ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ ಬಟ್ 3 ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನಡೆಯುತ್ತೆ ಬರೀ ಆಪ್ಷನಲ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ರಿವೈಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಬೇರೆ ಯಾವುದು ಓದಕ್ಕೆ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ ಮತ್ತೆ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡುವಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತಾರೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ದಿನ ಬಟ್ ನೋಟ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ ಟೈಮ್ ಸಿಗಲ್ಲ
I got your point. See, basically what she's trying to tell is, still coaching classes are going on, the GS classes are going on. The GS class that is going on, is it for foundation or is it for mains? Foundation. It is for mains. See, that is what, you can use it like this. For example, you told governance and internal security is going on, alva? So if governance class is going on, anyway you are sitting in the class, so then make notes for governance then and there only. Go to the previous year question of GS2. Okay, in GS2 the previous year question is 6, 7, 8 and 16, 17, 18. This is governance questions. Okay, so what you can do is, when the class is going on only, you refer to this question of the last 10 years and then concurrently only you make up the notes. Okay, so whenever you get an opportunity for that particular section, you make up the notes. The problem comes when the foundation classes are going on. If the foundation classes are going on, don't worry about the notes making. Any student who is learning the foundation is very, very important. Okay, foundation means you are learning about the subject. So learn that subject properly. But when mains classes are going on, you can refer to the class, you can go to the succeeding previous year question and then you can complete off the notes by writing the answers to them. Okay, that only you can do. All right. I know that when the classes are going on, it will give you less time to prepare otherwise, but what happens in the class only, try to take advantage of it. Okay. When governance is happening, make sure you finish governance notes. When internal security is happening, make sure that you finish internal security notes. When society is happening, make sure that you finish society notes. When agriculture is happening, make sure that you finish agri notes. So whenever the concurrent mains classes will happen, concurrently only you keep finishing it. And finally, when let us say that the classes are all done and still few sections are remaining, then you can approach the same thing. Okay, you can do it on your own only. Okay. Morning 3.5 hours and evening 3.5 hours. Okay. Take it as 7 hours, 7 to 8 hours. You have to pull 7 to 8 hours. Okay. Yes, yes, that's what I told. See, working professionals, the advantage of working professionals is people think that working is exclusive to preparing for this exam. It is not true. People who are working are the ones who will actually study better. The reason is because, one, they are not anxious. They are not desperate. They don't feel the guilt that they are wasting time. Okay, so that no anxiety will make their preparation much better. That is the first thing. The second thing is, they know the value of every minute. Every minute that they get, they'll actually make very good advantage of it. So, those students, let us say that this is your working hours. Okay, this is your sleeping time. Sleeping time and working hours. Okay, the two windows that you should always keep is, obviously this is the sleeping time, this is the sleeping time, it keeps rotating. Okay, so this is how it goes. Okay, so this is one day. So the two windows that you should always keep is, this is the window 1, maybe morning or early morning, and this is the window 2. This is evening plus night. Okay. Now, this is where you work, you in the weekend, this is where you study intensely. This is where you study intensely. I hope you are understanding this. Watch Anudeep Shetty's videos. It gives you a very, very nice perspective of how to manage. He was in his IRS training when he was preparing for his exams. That is when he cracked his All India rank 1. So he tells how within his training also he was able to study, because he had chosen a new optional then. Okay, and he had to prepare for that optional. In that, whatever months that you people are in, he has chosen a new optional now. Now he will start to study. Next year is the prelims. That year only he is going to get All India rank 1. So now we should start. I think he chooses anthropology. Okay, I'm not sure, just check. But he chooses a new optional, so he has to work even harder. And he is working, he is already in training. So he gives a very nice view of how he has disciplined in a very meticulous way he has prepared for it. That's a very good interview. You can watch Anudeep Shetty's videos for everything, more or less. A very good way of teaching people how to prepare very simply, not complicating things. Okay, so this is how I have learned from him that you can prepare. Okay, always have two windows. If you don't have two windows, you will have more pressure. Okay, when you have two windows, you can break the time. 8 hours a day can be 4 and 4. 7 hours a day can be 3.5 and 3.5. And weekends, you should push it intensely. You should clock at least 12 to 14 hours. Clear with this? Now, the next thing, the most important thing next is planning. Okay, the problem what happens with every student is, they will tell that I need 2-year plan, sir. They come, sir, mentorship, is there mentorship with you? When I ask why, they tell, sir, I need a 2-year roadmap for me. 2-year roadmap will not be useful. Okay, 2-year roadmap no one can follow. Your mindset should be from July 1st till September 15th or till November, or for people who are writing August 21st, like this. These are the dates that you should have in your planning today itself. Okay, what you should do is every day, write every day the name of the dates. Every day you write. Okay, in every day, what is the GS part that you will finish? What is the optional part? GS optional, GS optional, GS optional, GS optional. So this planning should happen today itself. What exactly are you going to do with respect to GS? What exactly are you going to do with optional? When you sit like this, for half an hour to 1 hour, you will not know what to do only. Then after 1 hour, your mind will start stabilizing and then you will start simplifying what to do. That planning should happen today. Then what happens? Every day, you just have to do that one job. Okay? So every day I'll do this thing, my job is done. Every day I will do this thing, my job is done. I'll do this thing, my job is done. I'll do. I'll keep doing that one thing and my job is done till November. Otherwise, see what happens. I did not have what idea I had to do, so I did not do this. So that went to this year, now I have to do 2. Now I did not know what to do, I did something, so this did not happen, so this became 3. Now I did not know what to do, this I did not complete, now this became 4. Like that, every succeeding day, if you have not planned meticulously properly now only, every succeeding day it will start building up. What will start building up? The amount of things to get done by November. When you have not planned beforehand and amount of things that needs to get done in November keeps stacking up, there comes a point when you will give up. You will say, mains preparation, let me leave, let me start off with prelims. This is what 90% of the students will happen in this bracket of July to November. The session was called for you to make you understand the importance of July to November and how to strategize your mains preparation. So, when you go back home today, meticulously keep planning. Okay, for example, let us say, for the first 15 days, the idea is GS 1 and section 1 of optional. I hope you are understanding this. For the first 10 days, GS 1 paper and section 1 of optional 1 paper. Optional paper 1. Like that, make sure that you keep broader targets and break the broader targets into daily targets. I hope you understood this. Like this, see, if you take this as the entire target, break this into, this is let us say GS 1, this is GS 2, this is GS 3, this is GS 4. Okay, let us say this is the one target. Now, within this only, section 1 of optional 1, section 2 of optional 2, section 3 of optional 3, section 4 of, optional, section 2 of optional 1, section 1 of optional paper 2, section 2 of optional paper 2. Look at this. So, in this week, you know what needs to be done. You know that in this week, I have to do GS1 also, I have to do section 1 of optional 1 also. Next week, you know that you have to do GS2 also, you have to do, even let us say that if you are able to complete 70%, 70%, 70%, 70%, by that 1 month, what would have you completed is 70% of GS 1, 2, 3, 4 and 70% of your, look at this, cumulatively I have done this. If you have not planned like this, even after 1 month, you will not know what is the percentage of your completion only. You will not know how to assess your progress at all. You will feel vague. Sir, in paper 2 I have done polity, sir. In paper 1 I have done history, sir. In paper 3 I have done geography, sir. I have done environment, sir. This is how they will tell. Leapfrog way of developing or progressing. That is not how. You should do it in a very standard way. So, the point I am trying to tell is, today only when you go back home, don't even worry about November. Plan for the next 1 month. What should happen in the next 1 month? I told you, 50% of the time should be given to optional, 50% of the time should be given to GS. 1 hour of quant, 1 hour of newspaper. Okay, that quant newspaper will stay the same. So, the 50% of optional and 50% of GS, what part of optional will you be finishing? What part of GS will you be finishing? That clarity you should get today itself. So that when you get up to tomorrow, you can start doing it. That is enough. Whatever you had planned, if you finish that, the rest of the day you can relax. But under any circumstances, whatever you had planned should get over. This, if you can follow and if you can finish for 1 month, automatically the discipline will get into you to follow the same approach the next month also. Because you will know the utility of it. The happiness or the success of what you have achieved will come after 1 month. In that day, second day, third day, fourth day, you will not understand. But when you are able to complete the entire month and when you assess or look back, so many things I have completed in 1 month, you will know this discipline of following meticulous time or meticulous planning. Okay, so follow this and see how it helps you out. Otherwise, vaguely, you will stay, okay, this week I will tell GS1, then I will tell, in GS1 also, there are 3 sections. Which section are you going to finish? And in that section, how many days are you going to take? At least that level of clarity you should have. Get with this? So make sure that your planning is better. Alright. Can you suggest any teacher for quant section? If I suggest any teachers, it will become biased. Sadiq, I don't want to suggest anyone. You will find them. Okay, you have YouTube. You will find them. Okay. Yes, you are asking something. You can give it to AI. Yes, 100% you can give it to AI. Okay. There you don't tell, assess the flow, assess the language. Don't tell that. That's all. Okay. You can tell, assess the keywords, assess the specificity of the answer, talk about the introduction and conclusion, the dimensions that you have built. You can tell like that. Okay. But definitely use it. Use it to evaluate. It will do a much better job. Okay. Yes. No. Optional Kannada literature will become a little difficult, ma. You cannot. Okay, that is one of the problem, but unfortunately it is. What else? That is why, see, GS general no optional I am telling to evaluate at all. Not only Kannada literature. Any optional requires depth. LLMs are not specialists. LLMs have been pre-trained with some amount of data. The data will not be anthropology specific, the data will not be sociology specific. So not only Kannada literature, it cannot give you the depth evaluation when it comes to optionals at all. But general studies, because general studies is general knowledge, that pre-training will be done and it will do good for that. So general studies and essay, you can take the help. Optional, very less. Okay, very less it is. Not only Kannada literature, any optional taking the utility of LLM is very less. They wouldn't have pre-trained with such concept dense data, specific data, specialized data. Okay, they wouldn't have done it. Okay. I have addressed the working aspirants. I have addressed the planning. Yes. Correct. Fair enough. See, what she's telling is correct. So let us say that she has planned for this day. Let us see, she told x plus y plus z. This is for day 1. Then a plus b plus c. This is day 2. Then let's say x, f, g, h. Okay, let us say this is day 3. So basically what she's trying to tell us, let's say I could finish only x and y. So z is carried forward here. So z plus a plus b plus c. So you cannot finish b plus c, so b plus c gets carried forward here. This is what you're trying to tell. Okay. Now, if x plus y is done, z is carried forward here. Z plus a plus b is done, c is carried forward here. C plus f plus g is done, h is carried forward here. That is okay. Are you understanding the difference between this and this? Okay. There will always be few things in your target that you wouldn't have completed and it will go to the next day and you should be okay with it. But it should not compound. That is, x plus y was done, z was remaining. So you came here, z and a was done and b plus c started remaining. You went here, b, c and f was done, g and plus h started remaining. So this part, what is remaining should not keep stacking up. I hope you are understanding this. But it is okay with some things stack up. You should be okay with it. Okay, because what you should learn from here is you are consistent. If you are consistent and still it is stacking up, then it is completely fine. But let us say that you had XYZ, you wasted time, and because you wasted time, Y and Z is remaining now. And because you wasted time, it went to this part. This is wrong. But let us say that you studied there, you gave your 100% efforts, but you could complete only X and Y, and Z was remaining. That had to carry forward. This is completely okay, ma. So what happens? You are consistent, you had planned for 10 days, you are consistent, you had planned for 10 days, because of its spillover effect, this went to 13 days. This is okay. Why? Because it is okay, you were consistent. This is not okay. If you have wasted the first 6 days, you are not serious, you wasted the first 6 days, on the 7th day you became serious. And now you are pushing the 10 days to 20 days. This is not okay. I hope you understood the difference. Okay. So sometimes that spillover effects will be there and let it be there. We are not machines to get it done exactly and perfectly on that day. Spillover effects will be there. But what is important is your learning is happening, you are disciplined, you are sincere in your efforts. Okay, that is what is the testing there. Okay, yes, what else? Okay. No changes. Okay, no changes. Execute properly. From my side, prelims, no changes. The only change is you have to learn to read fast. You have to learn to read very quick. You have to manage your time better. Okay. If you can do 2 rounds of the same paper that you have, 2026 paper, that means that you have very fast reading. That's the only way out. Cutoff is not going to change at all. Next year also if the same paper comes, it will be the same only. Okay, what else? Yes. Yeah, someone has asked me the question on that. I'm purposely not answering that because that's it. Eventually it comes back to that one, I'm purposely not addressing that KS exams queries because I'm trying, this session was mainly for those students who are preparing for UPSC exclusively. Okay, it will confuse them if I add those things. That's why I'm not trying to address them. Okay. Anything else with respect to your preparation? Finally, I will talk. I will talk the last few minutes. I will tell how to balance it. What? Anything else? Yes. Internet. See, the idea is very simple. You need some type of, our question is, usually people will, or faculties or lecturers will usually say, to develop answer writing, you have to do the previous year questions. So write answers on previous year question. So our question is, previous year questions content is anyway available on the internet. I'll take the previous year question, I'll see that particular content, I'm going to write that content. So basically I'm copying that content in my answer. But how will that help me to generate the dimensions or the content in the future questions? Is this the question? Correct? Fair enough. Now what you should try and understand is, when you write the 10 years of previous year questions of Indian society, when you write the 10 years of questions on Indian society, okay, you would have had, on globalization, you would have had around 6 to 7 questions. On women, you would have had around 6 to 7 questions. On secularism, you would have had around 6 to 7 questions. On communalism, around 5 to 6 questions. On caste system, this is around 5 to 6 questions. Like this, on contemporary issues, you would have had around 6 to 7 questions. Okay, so overall you would have written on these topics 6 to 7 questions. Now, when you have written the answers to the 6 to 7 questions, you will have introductions ready, you will have keywords ready, you will have conclusions ready, you will also have examples ready. Okay, so what I'm trying to tell is, when you write answers to this, you should not expect that the same questions will come, because same questions will anyway not come. But when a new question comes, I'm going to use this as a repository. And from this repository, I'm going to choose and select those things that is most suitable to write the answer for this. I hope you're understanding this. Any individual or any system, in order to generate content, it needs some repository. Yes or no? You need to have some keywords with you, examples with you, introductions with you, conclusions with you, and that is given by this. So when they tell you to write the previous year question, this is what they're trying to tell. So you are writing that model answers from the internet only. There's nothing wrong. Yes, you have written that model answer. But from that model answer, you should know that introduction, I can use it somewhere. The keywords in the body, I can use it somewhere. Examples, I can use it somewhere. Conclusion also, I can use it somewhere. You should not think that, well, I can use this content only when the same question comes. Nothing like that. In that entire society, let them ask me any other type of questions. I am smart enough to use that content only to write the answer. Now that ability will come once you are done with your note making and once you transition towards this. I hope you are understanding this. Now, outside this, obviously, then you should not think that just by writing the previous year questions of society, my preparation of notes is done. This preparation will help you to get ready to write tests. When you write tests, obviously you will come across those questions where you cannot use this content. You cannot use this content. Obviously, the question that they've asked, you have to use some new content to write. Obviously, then in the test you will not write. You skip that question. But after the test is over, you see the synopsis. In that synopsis, on that particular content, new introduction will be there, different dimensions will be there. So take that content, add it to your notes. So when you take that content and add it to your notes, that is what will go on to become value addition. I hope you are understanding this. So the entire philosophy of mains should always be writing and then learning. Okay? Yes, for this writing you need some base content. That base content is this. After that, whatever value addition should happen to this base content should come after writing. I hope you understood how to use the PYQs. Now, there are few sections this will not work. I told you there are 14 sections. There are 14 sections. Out of these 14 sections, most of the sections, whatever strategy I told will work. Only few sections. For example, it will not work. Writing the previous year question, you will not be able to use it in the later part. For example, what is the use of blue LEDs? Tell me how S400 helps in strengthening the India's defense. By writing the answer on that, you will not be able to use that content again. That's why this has low utility. Environment and ecology has low utility. Okay. Polity. No, polity you can write polity. Okay. Polity you have. The next is economy. Economy you have low utility, and the next is history. Because in history, they have asked the salient features of Harappan architecture. What content of that will you use in other answers? Salient features of Harappan is very specific to Harappan only. You cannot use that in something else. So history is where you cannot use the PYQs for developing that base. Economy, obviously, if you see the questions keep changing. So you don't use the base. Environment, ecology, and science and tech, don't use the base. Okay. For this also, I'll tell you of science and tech and environment ecology, you should follow issue-based approach. Issue-based approach. So what is issue-based approaches? Take the last 1 year of current affairs. Take the last 1 year of current affairs and mark all the topics where a question in mains can come. Now, how will you know that question in mains will come, sir? Current affairs, I cannot differentiate how mains question can come, not come. See the previous year question of science and tech. If you see the previous year question of science and tech, you will get a fair idea of how questions will come in science and tech. On that basis, prepare an issue for the last 12 months. Okay, issue-based approach, current affairs. What is this? Last 12 months. Okay, only mains-based, mains-relevant current affairs. Only mains-relevant current affairs. I hope you are understanding this. Okay. So, for this too, you can follow issue-based approach. Economy, economic survey. Okay, chapter 6, chapter 7, chapter 8 and chapter 1. Okay, history. You need to create question bank. Question bank and model answers. Question bank and model answer. Again, if you want to know how to prepare this question bank and model answer, in my YouTube channel, I have created something called the art of mains note making. In the art of mains note making, I have explained very clearly how to make this question bank and model answers. Okay. IR also you can say, but let them write in IR. At least it will give them the dimensions. If you write answers on bilateral relations, in bilateral relations it will give you the dimensions what to focus on. Geopolitical, strategic, defense, economy, renewable energy. I hope that dimensions what you write in previous year question, that at least you can use in IR. Okay, but here it will not be usable at all. It will be very specific questions, these sections. Okay. What should be the strategy for the state PCS Haryana, as my attempts of UPSC got exhausted this year? I have cleared CSAT this year and my GS marks are 68. Very unfortunate, Yadav. Sorry for that. See, state PCS, let me come at the end. Okay, let me just complete this because I don't want to spoil the flow. I just want to keep it pure for UPSC right now. Once after we are done with it and complete clarity is there, we will do it. Should I analyze questions topic wise immediately after completing each topic or after the entire section, sir? See, this is how I would like to say. Let us say that you are doing society section. Okay, in society section, if you look at the previous year questions, the thematics that you will get in society is one, you are going to get caste system. Second, you are going to get salient features of Indian society. Salient features of Indian society. It can be marriage, it can be family. Okay, all these things. The next is women. The next is customs and traditions. The next is secularism, regionalism, communalism. Okay, the next is tribes. And the last is X on Indian society. X on Indian society. And one more thing that they have added of late is governance questions. Governance questions also they have started to add. For example, they are asking what is the different types of collaboration between government, private sector and NGOs. They have asked what's the difference between gender equity, empowerment and equality. See, all these are social justice questions, but they are asking in society. So, look at this. In one section, when you analyze the previous year question, this is how you will get. These are the topics. So, in that section, let us say caste system. In caste system, if you have written around 4 to 5 questions, over, the topic is done. You have covered all dimensions of caste system. Let us say you will go to salient features of Indian society, 6 to 7 questions, done. All angles are done. If you go to women, around 3 questions, all angles are done. Like that, you complete. X on Indian society means, X can be any issue. X can be gig economy on Indian society. X can be artificial intelligence on Indian society. X can be social media on Indian society. I hope you are understanding this. That X can be any contemporary issue. Even for that, if you write around 5 questions, your answer is done. So, someone had asked, should I analyze topic wise or section wise? What I am trying to tell is, in a section there will be topics. Analyze within the section topic wise. That will help you to cover properly also. That will also help you to generate specific questions for every topic. Okay, this is how you should do. Don't see, when you solve a PYQs, not analyze. You have to see, when I say here on, see, take caste system only. You take the last 10 years. You have around 7 to 8 questions on caste system. When I say write the answer, you search the internet only and write. I'm not telling that you have to write without seeing. You search the internet only and write, but write it properly. Don't just search that question. Whichever first top link you will get, you just copy it. That is useless. When you search caste system, that question, see 3-4 links. Try to blend all the content and create a model answer for it. Like that, write 7 questions. Your topic on caste system is over. Let them ask you any question on caste system. They can say caste system in India is fluid as well as rigid. Examine. You will tell. Caste system cannot be eliminated in India. Examine. You will tell. Whatever question they ask on caste system, if you can solve this 7 to 8 questions, your preparation on caste system is over. So, that is what I am trying to tell. Don't worry that by doing this, can I answer the future questions or not? You can. The answer writing should always come from a repository. That repository should come like this only. If you feel that I have to read big books to create repository of my knowledge and from that question answers will come, it will never happen. I hope you are understanding this. This is how the repository should be done. And that repository is dynamic. This is level 1. I told you how to add value to it. The adding value to this repository should come after writing. I hope you understood this. Okay. Okay, I hope I have addressed it. Will you be doing separate session for case aspirants? Yes, I will. Okay, I'll do a separate session for them. This is not the session. So, anything else? Enjoy the preparation, guys. Don't try to make it more burdensome. And when I say enjoy, it doesn't mean that you have to always keep laughing. Okay? Or you should always keep yourself happy. It is not that. What do you mean by enjoyment? Enjoyment is that excitement to push yourself beyond limits. Enjoyment is not the literal meaning enjoy. Enjoyment means you should be excited to test your limits, to push yourself. Whenever you get frustrated, you should tell yourself that you're improving. Because when a person is getting frustrated, when the person is experiencing pain, when that person is feeling that nothing is working out, that means that person is going outside the comfort zone. And that is where your character is built and your progress is made. And that is where you will achieve success. Okay. So when you are in those circumstances, that is the time when you should tell yourself that you're excited to see the opportunity to push yourself. Okay. Whenever you're writing a question, don't think that, will I write an answer like a topper? You should always think that I have studied this concept. Let me be excited to write that answer with whatever knowledge that I have. Change that mindset to comparative metrics and put it to a metrics where it is just an internal validation of how good you are. Then what happens when you're writing the answer? Damn, I did so nicely, but still the question is so difficult. You will feel happy about it. The other way is, I read so much about it and still I'm not able to write this answer. See how both the views are changing on the same question. When you can challenge yourself, damn, I studied so much, but still the question is asked like this. Let me see how I can manage this. This should be the actual attitude. If you have that attitude, your attitude will allow you to learn after writing also. If you have the other attitude that, damn, how much ever I studied, nothing I can answer, you will not write also, you will not learn also. Okay, this difference in the attitude is what I call as enjoying your preparation. Enjoying your preparation does not mean that when you get up only you start laughing. Everyone will feel the pain to get up in the morning. Everyone will feel the pain to write and study for 10 hours. Everyone will feel that frustration of sacrificing so many things in life. This is not what is enjoying. Enjoying means the change in your attitude when you want to perform. You have to have a different, you're excited about the challenge. On Sunday there's a test, I'm excited about it. You are not anxious about the performance, you're excited about it. That is what is called enjoyment here. I hope you understood this. So, be excited about whatever opportunities in the form of tests will come for you to perform. And don't be obsessed with the marks. If you don't score, sit and think why you did not score. Where it went wrong. Why couldn't you write properly? Was it the problem of revisions? Was it the problem of my language, articulation? Or is it that the content itself is something extreme? Every problem should be seen with a view that there is a solution to it. If you see every problem with a view that I have to complain about it, you will not improve. I hope you are understanding this. So the next 4 months, go back home, plan it properly, plan it meticulously, but more importantly, enjoy the preparation. When I say enjoy, be excited about it. And if you can even complete 60 to 70% of the target, believe me, you will be way ahead of any other person. This I can assure you. Okay? All right. Ethics case study, shall we do another time, because it's my trademark strategies which I don't want to give up, but let me think about how much I can give up. Okay? Uday, that's what I told. For students who are scoring less than 50, I cannot give you a one size fits all approach. It will be unfair on them. Then they'll start doing things that are not actually necessary. I would want to meet and ask case by case. Okay, whether if you are weak in foundation, I will tell you to join some foundation and strengthen it. If you are weak in basics, I'll ask you to, I should understand why is it low. Okay, so I cannot give a one size fits all approach. So you can message me on the Telegram group and I'll address it. Okay. Okay, Uday, I've addressed it. Sir, shall I choose questions first from various test series, secure and write answers without seeing solutions, and then verify with model answers, and that itself becomes my mains notes? See, what Vibin is asking a very good question. Sir, shall I choose questions first from various test series and write answers without seeing and then verify it with model answers? Will that become my mains notes? Good question this is. What he is telling is, I will choose questions from mains test series of some institutes, I'll write the answers, then I'll check the synopsis. Good, you can do that. But before you do that, what should you do? Before you do that, what should you do? If not only this, if you are this is ready also, then also you can do that. Okay, if your GS notes of 1, 2, 3, 4 is ready, Okay, if your GS notes 1, 2, 3, 4 is ready, then go ahead and do what we've been told. Okay, that is also fine. Okay, but see, the problem is, we as human beings, if we don't give money, we don't stay disciplined. Why am I telling you to join a test series is because when you give money, you have the pain that you're paid. So you will at least be disciplined for that. If you are taking some test series from the book stall, in prelims I will tell that strategy only. Because in prelims what matters is the width. You should solve as much as possible. So I only will tell you that. But in mains problem what happens is, if you don't pay, you will not write. Yeah, let me just analyze. Then I have seen people, sir, I take the test, sir, I'll go and I will brainstorm everything. Useless it is. Sitting and brainstorming it is just an excuse for you not to write, that's all. Okay, so you will start doing all these things just to find an excuse of not to write if you don't pay. If you are paid, you know that you have paid the money, so I have to make use of it. That's why many people will not even then make use of it, but most of them will know the value, so they will make use of it. That is why I am telling you to join the test series. Okay, but let us say that, sir, my financial situation is not good, I have to manage by this way only, then it is fine, completely fine. You can tell what Vibin is doing, you can go for it. But be disciplined, develop a peer group, make sure that 2 or 3 people sit together and write. Okay, when 2 or 3 people sit together and write, each and everyone can nudge each another. You people can nudge each and everyone to come that day and write. Okay, that is one. Second is, even after the test is done, you can sit and discuss. So develop that good peer group of not 2 or 3, not more than that, 2 or 3, and then you can follow the same approach what Vibin has told. That's also a fair approach also. All right, next. Everyone, can this UPSC mains notes of yours would help in KS mains? Everyone is interested in KS. Okay, what else? Hmm. Hmm. No, that is what you are again coming back to the trap of perfection. You are coming back to the trap of expectation. When you are going to the test, you are feeling that I have to do the best in the test. Not necessarily. You are going to the test just to, assess how well with your limited knowledge you can make best use of it. That's all. And when you when you try to evaluate also, oh, this is how I could have brought new dimensions. This is how I could have thought. You will introspect that, you will make that correction, and you will go to the next test and apply it. There is no utility of writing the same test again after understanding what mistakes have already been done. You will apply that mistake, you will apply the corrections on the next test. Otherwise, it will not be called a test. If you are writing the same thing again, you already know that what is the question. You know what are the mistakes that you did. Automatically, you will not, there is no learning there. Okay? Correct. That you can do. That you can definitely do. It is good to have, not mandatory is a wrong word, it's good to have. Because it helps you in discussions. Okay, see for example, 3 hours. For 3 hours continuously you have written the test. Then for the next 1 hour, if I tell you to open the synopsis and introspect, you will not be in the mood. Sir, bidi sir, sir. Because your mind is already tired and you don't have that effort to again in a focused way check, okay, this question I did not write properly, let me see what. But let us say that 3 people have written or 2 people have written. After that, you people will have a tea, come back, sit. For 1 hour, you will just discuss. Oh, in this question, I wrote like this, but this should have come. In this question, you will write like this, but this. You both will have the synopsis in front of you. You will check, okay, this point should have come. So that will make the introspection and analysis much better. That is how it helps. It doesn't help in you becoming intelligent. It helps in whenever there is that, when you are doing alone, whenever there are times where you are going to go low, the other person will pick you up. And the interaction will help you to make analysis more smoother. That is the only difference. Apart from that, I don't think it is not having any other utility. Daily GS answers. I am not a proponent of answer daily. If you want to write question and answers daily, do for optionals. Okay, I am not a proponent to tell you to write answers daily. Okay, especially GS part. What happens? I also put something called newspaper capsule. In newspaper capsule, I take the Hindi editorials, Hindu editorials, and I turn it into question and put. Now, every question that I put may not actually be relevant for UPSC. Some questions will be, some questions will not be. So, whichever questions is relevant, you can write. Whichever is not, you don't have to. But what I'm trying to tell is, in GS, when you're writing every day, 60 to 70% of the questions you are writing just for the sake of you are getting that question easily. You are not writing because it will translate into marks or it will translate into questions in mains exam. Not because of that. You are just writing because it's available in the internet easily. Yes or no? This is the problem. If you want to write the questions daily, do for optionals. Because in optionals, there is no philosophy that I overdid my optionals. Whatever overdoing that you do will translate from 250 to 290 only. But in GS, it's not like that. Let us say that 6 months you have written every day 4 questions. Out of that 4 questions, 2 or 3 questions are not relevant for the mains exam. Useless it is. And usually it is like that only. I am telling with my questions, I am not trying to blame any other institute. Even in the questions that I post, most of the questions are very, very specific. Yesterday I posted one question in newspaper capsule, they are asking, how does India protect seafarers? That is very specific. What UPSC can ask is the maritime security as a whole. But seafarers is very, very specific, right? But the article was on that. So I had to put it compulsorily on that. But it is your maturity to understand that the question is too specific, it will not be relevant for UPSC means. That maturity you should have. Overall, what I'm trying to tell is, in GS, there is very high scope if you write every day that you will be writing unnecessary things. Optional, you definitely can. Every day if you want, you write. That is not an issue for me. Okay? But GS, section-wise, once you complete, keep writing tests. Revise the section, write the test. Revise the section, write the test. So keep doing that. That is a better thing to do. Okay? Can you launch daily answer writing approach? See, the problem is I am alone handling everything, so it's a little difficult for me. But I'll definitely take that as a feedback and I'll look into it in the future. Okay? Mains 2027 foundation program roadmap and yeah, Mains 2027 foundation. I will do one more program, guys. I don't want to talk Mains foundation program here. Okay, I am keeping it very, very specific to the roadmap of what you should do for Mains. If you want to get a rank next year, prelims though you will clear. Don't worry. That prelims preparation will happen from December. If you want to get a rank next year, what you do for the next 4 months decide the destiny. If you screw up this 4 months, the next year when you clear prelims, you will still have a lot of struggle to do. I'm not telling that, the next year you will not have chance only. You will have a chance, but there is a lot of struggle to be done. So if you want to ease up that struggle in the next year, once you clear prelims, struggle now. Okay, so basically you're distributing the struggle into 2 different components rather than putting all the struggle into the one component next year, which is very difficult. Okay, this is the idea of this program. Okay. All right, guys. Anything else? That's it. No other doubts? Was it helpful? Okay. You have your goals with you. Okay. Always write it on a big board and paste it in your room. Every day when you get up, quant should be there. Newspaper should be there. Optional should be there. GS should be there. Okay. And there should be a golden word written there. 1000 question and answers. Okay, total 1000 question and answers, including of everything, GS, optionals, everything, and 30 essays. Don't forget this, 30 essays, 8-15 blocks. So keep this as the target. You can join any test series, you can join any institute, you can do whatever you want to, but just make sure that you achieve this target. I will keep calling such sessions in the mid, this thing also. Maybe in the month of, end of July, I'll call one more session on this, but that is only to get your update from you. Okay, so come and keep updating me regularly. Again, if you want my guidance, it is always open and it is not conditional on the fact that you have to take some course here. Are you understanding this? You need not take any course here and still my guidance will be available for you people. So you can take, the only thing is leave me a message that you want to meet. I will give you the time and you can come on that time because I'll usually be a little busy. Okay. So with that, Sachin, I'll try to give another session on case studies, okay? Because that is, if I start something, I cannot superficially tell something and then float it off. If I tell something, if I have to do justice, I have to tell it in full. So that's why I'm not starting anything like that. Very, very specific things. He's telling that, sir, suggestion on tackling case studies. I'll see how I can help you out with it. Okay, but case studies, I'll do something about it. Okay, all right. So coming to the case exam. Okay, so they have told that 17th August will be the notification. 29th November is the prelims exam. Okay, now 17th August is the notification, correct? My demand from you is 21st August or 15th September. Okay. So whatever you are going to do till UPSC, for UPSC, let it continue till this. It should not change in any way. That is, if your notes are ready, you will write mains on 21st August. If your notes are not ready, you are going to prepare the notes till 15th December. So this should not change. Continue with this. Newspaper reading should not change. Quantitative aptitude should not change. Essay should not change. Nothing should change till 15th of September. Though the notification is coming out on this. Are you understanding this? Once the notification is out on 18th or 19th August, I am going to call a session and I am going to help you how to integrate that KS studies into this particular timetable. Until that notification is out and it is completely official that on 29th of November the exam is held, don't worry anything about it. I hope you are understanding this. The second question that you asked, will UPSC notes help in KS mains? Definitely it will. Okay, definitely the coverage, see, the coverage may be in KS exam, the syllabus coverage is much greater compared to UPSC. For example, in KS they have kept public administration, there is Karnataka specific economic survey you have to read, Karnataka specific geography, Karnataka history. So these are some, obviously there are some extra things that you have to read. I am not telling that will be covered, but that writing speed, the art of generating dimensions, the articulating of words and the overlapping topics of the syllabus, that will definitely help. You cannot say that there is no utility at all. I hope you are understanding this. Okay. So with that attitude, if you approach, definitely it is going to help you. Okay. It is like, see, 90% of students are given interview for KS this time. Do you think they are exclusive KS students? Who do you think they are? They are all UPSC students. I hope you are understanding this. So what is the learning to take from that is, if you are a sincere UPSC candidate, you will do good in KS exams. And someone had asked about Haryana exams, Haryana PSC, right? The same thing follows, I forgot his name, it went off somewhere. See, the same thing follows. Whatever discipline, whatever learning that you have taken from the UPSC, though your attempts are over, I would tell you to apply the same learnings to your state exams. Okay? Just when I say learnings, these are the learnings. When I say learnings, your basics, okay, your strength of analysis, okay, when I say strength of analysis, it means analyzing the previous year question of your state service exams. Okay? Then your note making maturity, and then your logic in prelims, and finally your writing abilities. See, all these things you would have developed in your UPSC exam. So apply the same learnings to your state PCS. Definitely it will help you. Okay, so don't think that whatever you have done for UPSC is only exclusive for UPSC. People ask me, how am I so disciplined? One of the main reasons for me developing the discipline is because of UPSC only. The amount of efforts that I have put consistently over a period of time is what has got me the discipline which I am applying in my life also. So whatever you are learning in this journey, no, don't think that it has to exclusively be turning out into success only in this exam. It can turn out into success in some other field also, or it can turn into success in some other way also that you may also have not imagined. But what you should understand is, believe that it will work. Believe that your efforts will not go waste. Believe that when the time comes, all the efforts that you have put, all the sacrifices that you have put will all come together to push you forward and be happy in life. And that is the main objective. I hope you understand this. Okay? Alright. Can you please give 30 essay with schedule? We will join, sir. I'll try to give, okay? It sounds like you people want me to work more. I'll try to do it, but I cannot promise. See, 30 essays with a schedule, it will hardly take you 15 minutes to design. Okay? Go to the previous year question of UPSC, I mean essay papers, copy all the essays. All the essays, let us say that last 10 years essays. In 1 year, you will get 8 essays. Last 10 years, you have got 80 essays. Okay? You would need 30 essays. Out of 80, you need 30 essays. So copy around 80 essays, put it to ChatGPT, tell ChatGPT that give me a schedule from July 1st till November in such a way that I need 15 blocks, 2 essays each, and design a timetable for me. It will design it and give it to you. That is what I am trying to tell. Use the AI to empower yourself. It is all there at your disposal. Okay, it is just that you should be aware of how to make use of it. If you think that I will use AI to take advantage, there's no advantage. If there is a way to outsource, there's nothing to outsource. But the way to empower, definitely you can. Okay. All right, guys. So will studying for mains help in KS prelims? No, it will not. Okay, it will not. Studying for UPSC mains will not help you in KS prelims. Okay, that is definitely there. Okay, but studying for UPSC mains will 100% help you in UPSC prelims. 100%. I have no doubt. I also know this, that whoever has written August 21st mains, 90% of them who will not clear the overall race, who will get the interview call or who may not make the list, will next year clear prelims again. How do you think? They will not have time only. They have written mains, then they will give interview, they will come back, they may have 1 month to revise for the prelims, but when they go and write that prelims, they will clear the prelims again. How is it that they will clear? Because mains will actually make prelims preparation more easier. Believe me that. This interlinkage no one knows. Okay, so please make sure that you focus on your mains. If you are done with your mains by November, that will give you a proper stage to prepare for prelims comprehensively. Okay, definitely that's a good point someone told. Alright guys, so I hope it was helpful. Any other doubts or shall we end the session? We'll end the session. The checkpoint for people whose notes are ready is August 21st. The checkpoint for people whose notes are not ready is September 15th. I wish you all the very best. Keep the goals with you. Try to pursue. Even if you can achieve 70% of what our goals are, you'd be far ahead with most of the people that you are preparing with. Okay? All the very best. God bless. Thank you. Online guys, thank you so much. I will see you in the Telegram. If you have any doubts, please do leave a message in the Telegram. Thank you. Bye. Study well. Stay safe. Bye.